Hello.
How you doing?
We were just talking about my shirt.
I like it. It's
You,
amazing.
you said you have all yours?
Yeah, I still have all of my OG Blacklist related shirts, the stuff that I got from Smack, and I have a handful of other stream team members' shirts as well.
I think
And
I still have a Joshua Hart, Digi Hart thing.
mhm.
I never got one of those shirts. I'm jealous.
I also believe in my closet somewhere I have a unopened, still in the package Callendale shirt.
Nice. Nice. I don't think I ever got a Blacklist hat.
I
I,
had
m-
two.
I got sent a Blacklist mouse pad
Mhm.
once, and I have that somewhere. I can't find it, but I had a couple Blacklist shirts, and I remember I even got one for my baby. So I had a Blacklist baby shirt for a while. I have no idea what happened to that.
I have two hats. My first hat was my original hat that I streamed in, and then it got signed by I, probably the first 6 or 7 people on the Blacklist.
Nice. Who was the first people on the Blacklist? I assume you were.
Yeah, there was me, of course, Smack. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that was a long time ago. 2014 era was probably when that hat got signed, maybe 13.
Wow. That's crazy. So you started streaming in 2014? Is that right? 2013.
No, I created my Twitch account on the 19th of February in 2012.
2012.
Yes. Um, I either started streaming the November 12th of 2012 or August 6th of 2013. I'm not quite sure because I have videos online, and obviously if I have videos recorded, I obviously got them while I was streaming,
Yeah, that's true.
because I'm using that software anyways, and I wouldn't have that software just because. So, sometime in that time era, I do believe.
What did your streaming setup look like back then?
Originally, it started out as 2 monitors on a HP semi sort of gaming desktop, what they considered gaming in back in the day.
So you had a better setup than Smack originally.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Smack said he was streaming on like a laptop and it was like garbage.
Oh, that is right,
Yeah.
because me and um it might have been Jonathan, and there might have been one other person. I remember sitting in Smack's kitchen floor helping build his streaming PC, what he got
Like
streaming on.
Ham Carl Winslow? Jonathan?
No, 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 no,
Oh, okay.
no. Another buddy of ours, local.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, that is right. He was on a laptop, I do believe, and then we helped build his desktop when all of his parts came in because he was just getting into that stuff.
That's crazy. Why did you come up with the name Fresherdata? What's the origin of that?
Oh boy. So it's been around with me ever since Xbox became Xbox.
Oh no.
Um, a lot of OGs will remember on the original Xbox, whenever you went to create your username, you could either type in your username, or there was this weird, like, I don't know, spinny wheel thing with a bunch of
Like a
mixed.
randomizer?
Yeah, and it was in 2 pieces. There was a name here and a name here, and they would roll and stop on random stuff.
Yeah.
And I rewrote I don't know how many times, and I came across one, and it was like freshest data, and I was like, "What?" So I rewrote again, then it was like fresh dater or something weird like that. And I was like, "What?" So I rewrote again, and it landed on fresh data. And I was like, "Ooh, I like that, but it needs something else." So I was like, "All right, I like fresh data. It's cool. It seems cool, but it needs something." So I wrote it down on a piece of paper, tried a bunch of different stuff, and made it fresher data and made it one word.
That's
And ever
crazy.
since then, it's been everything with me. It's been paintball names. It's been my nickname. I mean, it's everything.
That's really funny. Were you like instrumental with Smack in creating the Blacklist? Like, or because were you guys in like a paintball club together or something where there
Mhm.
was like black something, right?
Yes, Blackout.
Blackout. That's right.
hmm which is Smack's paintball team, which now I guess would be considered airsoft team. Paintball's kind of died down. Airsoft's kind of became the new fashion. I don't think I was part of the creating it. I knew about it and what was going on because we were all in the same group together. But no, I didn't have a hand in that or a say in that. I was just little old me at the time, more new to that group.
So I'm assuming that it wasn't like existing before Smack got partner then. It was kind of like an idea. And was it like Smack became partner and then he came up with the stream team name, and were you helping him with that
Oh,
idea? Or?
the stream team name,
Yeah.
that was on him.
Or so did the
He
Blacklist exist before the stream team name?
no. We have Blackout, which is
Yeah.
the which is paintball, which is now airsoft. And then in the streaming world, it's Blacklist. No, I didn't have, at least I don't remember. I don't think I had a say in that. Because if you remember, stream teams were really new to Twitch back then. Nobody was really using them. We might have been the first, honestly, to do what we did.
I think definitely the first to like really promote it and build each
Right,
other up for sure.
right. But that was all on Smack. He might have had a couple of the other guys in talks with it and creating the name, and it may have been something he already wanted in his head that he just went with, and he
Was
hit
Smack
me up.
promoting it like back then when he was streaming? Was he kind of doing the world domination type thing back then? Or?
Oh yeah. When he started streaming, and once the stream team stuff got in, once he got big enough where I kind of branched away from being on stream with him.
Yeah.
Because before I started streaming, I was just a voice on Smack's stream.
Oh, right. So you're just streaming with him.
Right. And I would
playing.
interact with his chat, talk to his chat just like he would, but nobody would see me. And then he was just like, hey, people like you. You play with me every day. Let's do this. Start
Get on
streaming.
it.
You got the setup. You got everything you need. Just do it. I showed you what to do. Do it.
Did
So
you
I
own a
did.
webcam even back then, or did you have to go buy one?
I think I went and bought one because Smack's the kind of guy, like, if he's gonna go somewhere in life, he wants his core group of friends to take the ride with him. He don't
Right.
want to leave his friends behind. So I was
So
just
he was
like, all right.
encouraging you like crazy to get
Oh
involved.
yeah. There were multiple streams where he was just like, dude, fire up a stream, man. Come on. And I was just like, nah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. This ain't me. Nah, I'm a gamer. And he was like, dude, you're playing already. What's the difference in playing and hitting the button? And you already talk, so you might have to talk a little more. So what?
Yeah, you already had the chat up. You're already interacting with it.
Yeah. So
People already know who you are.
Yep. So yeah, I think I mad dashed to Walmart at the time, picked up a C920, I believe, at the time.
That's what I'm still using. I have the same one that I got when I first started.
Mine's over there on the edge of the monitor. It's kind of went kerplunk right now. And
Those
it may
things
have
are
been
diehard, man. They're really good.
Yeah.
So you must have had a following right away because people already knew who you from Smack's stream.
I did, yes. The first probably like legitimate stream, because I dabbled in War Z with Smack for the longest time. I might have streamed it once or twice, but at that time we were getting into DayZ mod. So we were kind of putting War Z to the past because of everything that was going on at that time with that game. And once we got over into DayZ, my first, I believe, official stream, I have a video somewhere of Smack getting all excited, like, dude, Fresh is climbing up the ladder. He's on the top row of the DayZ stream list right now. This is amazing.
That's awesome.
And then hearing that come from one of your true friends is just like a huge boost to everything about you. Like, it just makes you feel so good. So I was just like, you know what? This is fun. I see what he's talking about. People like me. I like everybody that I'm interacting with. This is fun. Okay. So,
well, back then there wasn't a whole lot of people on Twitch. So your numbers couldn't have been, that high, but probably comparatively.
Right. I don't remember what my numbers were on that stream. I really don't remember because I think when I peaked out on viewership, like my highs were probably 100 to 400, and then my lows were usually like 80, I
Well, like
think.
viewers at a time?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, there was a time I had numbers.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
especially back then, like 100
It
people in your
it
stream in
took it took time, yeah.
2014-ish? 2013?
It
That's
took time.
insane.
There was a lot of hate received because of how it was happening, and I should have stuck with it, but there was a lot of scared involved back then because streaming was new, Twitch was new. I full-time concrete for a living, and everybody's like, "Hey, after doing it for so long, partnership was kicking into gear. A lot of the Blacklist stream team was getting partnered. I was right there with numbers with everybody, and when that time came to get partnered, it was just I couldn't do it. It was so hard. I don't know if it was maybe because I was scared to pull the trigger to fully step in and be like, I can do this and put concrete behind me.
Okay, wait a minute. Did you not ever apply?
Well, yeah. Oh, I applied many,
No, okay,
many
okay.
times.
It
And
sounded like you didn't even hit
oh
the
yeah,
button.
no, I applied many times. I don't understand why I was denied because I would wake up the next day and see members of the Blacklist get partnered, and I'm like, "That's amazing. Yes, hype." And then I'm like, "Well, I'm pulling those numbers and some. I'm gonna apply." So I've done it numerous times and was denied every time, and it just got in my head after doing it about 4 or 5 times, like, "Alright, this ain't happening." So
My God, I must have applied like 100 times. I think they were getting annoyed at me. But mine didn't come in like till really, really late. So like way after you probably weren't even that interested anymore. Maybe you were just concentrating on work.
Yeah, that and then was wanting a family, was wanting to dive into the family part, and once you have a kid and streaming kinda does take a back burner, and in the streaming world, it's hard to take breaks
You've been
because
doing fresh adventures now, right?
yeah, I kinda dabbled away from using that and kinda just went all in with fresher data because I've already been established on all the social medias.
Okay.
And honestly, running more than one account with a different name was a hassle.
Yeah, I bet.
And I was like, you know what? I already have a YouTube that's Fresher Data, and I already have a Facebook, and I have all these other social medias that's Fresher Data. Why do I need to have one that's just Fresh Adventures when I can just combine everything? Like, I'm me. I do video gaming, I do camping, I do whitewater paddleboarding. Like, I can do all that as fresher data. Like, there's no reason to have another account. So, yeah, I was doing fresh adventures there for about a year, doing a lot of backpack camping, doing a lot of whitewater adventuring, and then I've kind of just slowly brought it all over to everything fresher data to kind
I
of
think
just
that's a
make
good
things
idea.
simpler. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been dabbling more and more in trying to get the outdoor streaming thing going. I think Smack's probably jealous because that's what he wants to do.
It's hard. It's hard. And Smack has great ideas and the perfect setup to go after. It is. It's amazing technology that he wants to use. For me, that goal and getting there is very far away because it's expensive to do outdoor IRL streaming because 90% of the times you don't have signal where you're at.
Yeah. Well, can you
And
just, well, I guess that wouldn't be a streaming, that would just be a recording, but I
yeah, I
was going to say,
record everything that I do. I always have a camera,
yeah,
GoPro, my phone. So
maybe
I'm
you could
always
do,
recording.
maybe you could do commentary on the recording as a live stream. You could like premiere your recordings and then have
Yeah.
you in the bottom and say, at this point, I was doing something. And I
Yeah,
think
and
that'd be cool.
I'd
I'd
never
watch
even
that.
thought about live streaming or full recording because that's what I do. Like, it's easier just to because memory cards come in all different sizes now for these devices, and they can most of them can hold up to at least a 2 terabyte for the most part.
My God.
So just throw a card in, throw it on record because I mean you might be on the river for an hour or two, and before you're taking a break, unless it's an all-dayer, and then you prep for that with more memory cards. But usually I can just hit record the full thing. Might have to swap out a battery throughout the day or something, but I can usually use one memory card for an entire trip.
That's crazy.
So I have a lot of footage that never sees the day of light because
I would watch that.
I edited a lot of stuff into shorts because shorts is what's popular nowadays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Shorts are, it's crazy how much more shorts views get. I don't even know what they consider a view, because I know when I'm scrolling shorts, I'm like, no, I'm like, does
But
that
yeah.
mean every single one's got a view? Even did they have to register like a couple?
I
I don't
think
even
you
know how
might
that
have to
works.
watch until the end of the video, maybe,
Or at
for it
least
to
3 seconds or
count
something.
or
I have
something.
no
Yeah, there's a
idea.
time frame, and now I don't know. Now that a lot of new stuff and laws and companies taking over other companies, like I think TikTok just fully became an American company now.
It did?
Yeah,
I
something
had
to
no
that.
idea.
I mean, there's still, I guess, the OG version, but now America has their version, I guess. And that just took effect today. So there was a new terms of service there. So
Okay, well, I don't feel so bad. I'm not up on the news if it just happened today.
there's a lot of newness coming in. So I don't know. It's a
That's
learning
crazy.
curve.
So when you started upgrading your stream, what did you change first? Was it the camera or the mics, or or your PC maybe?
Oh boy, upgrading the stream. So the way it worked for me was because I mean, streaming's hard. Streaming is expensive. Computer parts are expensive. Technology is expensive for one, and wanting to be I guess what you would say professional at it, you want proper gear. Like before, I used to have faux down microphone. I'm pretty sure for the first year of my stream, I used headset microphone. I probably didn't get something like this until 2 or 3 years into the stream. But it started out with, I think I added my third monitor, and then it went into like a Blue Yeti microphone. And
That's what I got.
then I rocked that setup, 3 monitors, the Blue Yeti for the longest time. And then somebody donated to the stream at one point, was like, hey, your setup's old. Put this money towards a new build, a gaming build, and then your setup can be used as a streaming PC, and welcome to the 2PC life. So from there, I told myself, okay, you know what? Any money made during the stream, everything's going to go back into the stream from here on out. Like if anything gets donated, it's going to go back into upgrading cameras, microphones, whatever you guys want me to upgrade. So it just slowly went from there, went from, cameras, microphones, different 50,000 different headsets, quite a few different microphones until I set it on Audio Technica. Hope I didn't say that wrong.
Oh, I have no idea. That sounds right to me. Is that like the
um,
AT 2020 or something, or
this is the 4040, I believe,
4040?
which is the up version of the 2020.
I tried to get into all that. What is that, SLR they call it? All that stuff. Like, and then you need mixer boards and
Well, the XLR, yeah.
XLR. That's it. I'm like,
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, when I first started with this microphone, I had a mixer, an amp, all that, had a huge setup over here, a bunch of more wires. And now that Agato's kind of stepped into the streaming world, I've kind of swapped over to a Stream Deck XLR because now my XLR microphone plugs into the back of the Stream Deck.
That's cool. So you don't
And
need the preamp and all that mixer
nope,
and
nope, they have software called Wavelink, and all of your setup runs through that. And it's just a matter of adjusting sliders like you would on the physical device, but without all the wires and hassle. Yeah, it's electronic. There is hiccups, I'm sure. And
hey, Elgato, maybe consider sponsoring Fresher Data there. That'd
oh,
be good.
I do have a lot of your products,
This is not an ad.
but
This is
still a lot
just
to go. Yeah, no, this is not sponsored.
That's funny. What are some of the early mistakes you think you did with streaming that you kind of laugh at now?
Not biting down harder, I guess, as some would say, not
You mean like going
taking the
full
risk.
in?
Yeah, there was a lot of holdback for me. There was a lot of holdback in streaming. I could have done a lot more in streaming, but I held myself back
Yeah.
just because I was scared.
Why do you think
But
that was? Scared of what?
just failure.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you put yourself out there. I mean, once you become a streamer, everything about you's online. There's no more hiding yourself.
That is true.
So with that being a factor, wanting to be a father being a factor, there's a lot of crazy in the streaming world. I dealt with some of that. I won't get involved because it gets crazy.
The people who know you already know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of crazy stuff involved in the past. I'm thankful that stuff's over with and don't have to deal with it anymore. Knock on wood.
I'm not sure how. I mean, I guess it still exists now, but it's more
It
targeted towards
probably
the higher
does.
streamers. I think, like,
Yeah, and
but
I'm sure.
yeah,
But no, it was mainly just not pulling the trigger more and getting more involved in it because, I mean, I could have went to more packs and stuff. I went 2 years in a row. I could have done more if I wanted, but I had other priorities. And when you choose other priorities in this life, there's consequences. It takes a hit on your numbers. It takes a hit on your stream in general.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Where do you think you're going to be now? Like, what's your intention with this stream moving forward?
Moving forward, there's a lot of newness because I'm older. I'm 39 years old now. I'm not young. This is not 2012 anymore. It's 2026. And with my neck issues, my back issues, and just being older in general, I'm trying to dabble into streaming more. It's harder due to my issues sitting in a chair for long periods of time. So I have to take breaks. I can't do 15-hour streams anymore. I do more like 3 to 4 hour streams now, which is
I
fine.
vote for a hammock stream.
I'm trying. Anytime that I have the opportunity to stream while I am camping,
I mean, in your room,
I
just
want to stream.
we need a hammock there, and your like little remote keyboard and mouse right there,
It'd be hard in here because it's only a 7-foot span in here.
and
I'd
you're
have to
like
go a
8 feet
long
tall or
ways.
something.
6'4", if my back's on a good day.
You're a giant.
6'3",
Speaking of which,
normal. Yeah.
when I met you in PAX, you were not the same shape that you are now.
I was 300 pounds, 299
My
back
God.
then.
Which isn't that bad considering you're, did you say
Right.
6'4"?
Yes, the height and just being big hides a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I could feel it. My health could feel it. It was a struggle. It sucked. It was hard putting socks on, shoes on. It was hard sitting in front of a computer because these things put off a lot of heat, especially when you run 2 PC setup.
I can imagine, yeah.
You got a lot of monitors, computers, plus all the lights that we use just to show our face.
Yeah. You were telling me something interesting that you had actually a really simple strategy to transform your body. Ham sandwiches.
Yeah. So I meal prepped. I literally for 6 days in a row, I will eat the exact same thing, which I'm doing right now again currently. So like for instance, this week is nothing but I don't know I don't remember the sausage that it is, but it's
Like
sausage.
chorizo or something?
I'm not sure. The wife preps it for me, so I just eat it.
Yeah.
So it's sausage cut up into little chunks, like what your grandma would do when you were a kid, cut your hot dog up for you.
Yeah.
And then it's baked with a
Yeah,
seasoning.
you're
of
real
choice.
adult now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Getting your sausages cut up.
Yep. And then I'll do potatoes with it, and we will slice the potatoes up like we would fry them, but we'll bake them instead.
Yeah.
Usually do them just plain. Sometimes I'll add seasoning, and that's what I eat for 6 days. And then
Wait, are you telling me you're eating
that's my
the
dinner.
exact same thing every single day?
Yep, every Sunday we cook a big old platter of that, and I weigh it all out and get 6 meals out of it.
How do you eat the same thing every day?
It sucked at first. It really sucked the first year doing it. I did it for 2 years. It took me 2 years to lose the weight. But in that 2 years, I was working, streaming a little off and on, raising a daughter, and doing the meal prepping. So
That's insane.
it was hard for me to fit in going to the gym because I wake up at 4:00 every morning. So it's hard for me.
You're also working out too.
No working out.
Well, then what do you mean going to the gym?
That's what I was saying. I couldn't take the time out to get time to go to the gym because of having a daughter, working, and all that. So I couldn't fit a gym in. So I literally just meal prepped, cut out all junk food, all snacking, sodas, energy drinks, which was a big part of my life at that time. Monsters, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
And you were probably drinking the sugary ones, not the diet ones.
Correct. The OG and then the tea ones there for a while. I cut all that out, went on a strict diet of in the morning I didn't eat nothing because I'm not a big breakfast person. Don't get me wrong, I love breakfast. Great food. I love bacon and eggs, and that's a thing we do every Sunday. Because Sundays are my cheat days. We do big breakfast and then we do Mexican for dinner.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's tough. It's 5-6 days of the same thing, but like I said, I didn't do no gym, none of that. Once I started shedding pounds, I told myself, you know what? I want to get more outdoorsy now. I've lost a lot of weight. I can maneuver better. I feel better. I lost having high blood pressure, so that was a huge thing for me. I had more energy, so I got into backpack camping, which do a little bit of hiking because my back only allows me to do maybe a 2-mile hike, and that's carrying gear.
Is
And
it
I can
is it easier on your back to do the SUP,
um
or is that tough
ye-
too?
it depends. During, I'm usually okay because I'm so loosened up, and I try to do stretches prior to paddleboarding, but it's usually the after effects that kick in when I'm done being on the river. I am My back is in horrible shape. And that makes the camp trip hard because I'm not my normal self. I'm pushing through it. I'm trying to hide it so I can attend everything, still be a part of everything. But deep down, I am dying on the inside
Are you
most of the
using
times.
like one of those solid SUPs or one of the blow up
No,
ones? Or
it's inflatable.
okay,
It's I believe it's a 9'6". I don't remember the width of it. It's a bad fish. It's amazing. I love it. It's skateboarding on water,
oh yeah,
basically.
you were a skateboarder kid, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Big skateboarder growing up.
So that's all you did was just basically change how you eat. Like it wasn't. It doesn't even sound like it was that drastic that you changed. I mean, cutting out all the sugary drinks probably was the number one thing that helped.
Cutting that out and snacking because I mean it like anytime I had a hungry urge, like, hey, I could eat a snack, like I would go get one. And it would involve like a bowl of chips or something I shouldn't be eating, snack cakes or something. So cutting that out, and another thing was when I was eating and I still had a plate full, I would continue eating. So I had to tell myself like, hey, you're full. Don't worry about the rest of that food on your plate.
Yeah.
Like, don't overfeed yourself. So I stopped overfeeding myself, stopped eating at horrible times of the night, cut out all the snacking, and just my snacking was on a time schedule. Like I had a protein snack mid morning and then a protein snack after lunch.
But what happens if you're not hungry? You said, well, this is the time I'm going to eat now.
Well, my lunch would change because I do concrete for a living. So sometimes my lunch would be, 9 o'clock in the morning because we got concrete down. And if I don't eat now, we don't eat at all.
That's one of those hurry up and wait jobs.
Yeah, a lot of times. And then a lot of times it's not, especially in the summer or when it's hot. Um, so my lunch changed, but it was a basic lunch. It was just a ham sandwich, super thin sliced, wheat bread, and then weighed out baked chips, some sort of like Lay's baked or something a little bit more healthier, or do sun chips or something of that nature. And then that was it. But my dinner time, I always try to eat between 5 and 6:30, and try to eat no later than that
I heard that
because
that's a big deal, right? Not eating, going to
I
bed.
don't I don't know. I believe in the part of you don't want to eat before you go to bed because when you're up and being active, your body's, digesting everything. And when you lay down, everything in your stomach goes from this to sideways. So I'm sure it's not good.
Yeah.
It can't be good. And it probably don't work the same. I don't know. I'm not a doctor,
Yeah.
but
Well,
in
I
my
mean, the results speak
experience,
for themselves. Like I've watched
right.
you over the couple of years. I was like, Fresh, what's going on? You look better. And then I'd come back and I'm like, you're even healthier and you look stronger every single time. It's crazy to me because it's really goes counterintuitive what I've learned about nutrition and stuff, which is
Mhm,
cut out the carbs,
mhm.
no freaking. But you sound like you've been like bread sandwiches, potato chips,
I
just
didn't
because it's baked. But
Right.
those are pretty carb heavy meals you're eating.
I didn't wanna go into counting calories, doing carnivore diets or this diet or that diet because, for one, doing concrete for a living, it's hard to do a diet because of it's hard to justify when you're gonna eat, when you can eat. So I was just like, "You know what? Packing a lunch makes this easy. I can do something basic. I don't have to worry about a time frame when I gotta eat this. I don't have to worry about the carbs because being out in the heat, a lot of times you need a lot of that junk in your body to kind of give you that energy boost. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I could see
like,
that.
maybe if I try this for so long, eating in a healthier portion, cutting out, 95% of the junk and only keeping 5% of it in there, maybe this will go easier for me. And it worked.
Where did you get that education from? Did you just trial and error, or were you
Hmm.
actually like doing research?
No, I mean, we got a lot of friends that dabble in the health, fitness, owning gyms, stuff like that. So I've kind of just taken a lot of different advices that I've seen people do and stuff that I didn't want to do and kind of just threw something together. And when I first did it, it was way wrong because the weighing system that I was using was for a woman.
Oh,
And men and women's bodies are way different. So, like the first 2 or 3 weeks doing this meal prep diet, I was shedding pounds fast and getting very sick until somebody hit us up and was like, "Hey, what meal plan are you doing?" And we told them, and they was like, "Oh no, that's for a female's body. Like,
God.
you got to like double that basically." So once we got it dialed in, I started feeling better. Weight was shedding normally instead of crazy. But I went from 299 down to 178, which
Wow.
was my unhealthy weight, and it was nasty. And I regret, but it was dropping so fast at a certain point once I started doing whitewater paddleboarding, toning stuff in, being more active. I wasn't keeping an eye on my weight anymore because I was like, all right, I already lost what I wanted to lose. I'm just going to continue eating like this and doing all this other cool stuff now. And then next thing I know, my spine's showing, and my wife
What
was
was your
like,
mental state like that at 170? I mean, for a 6 foot freaking four
I
person.
I felt amazing because I was like, man, I'm skinny. I could wear like a small shirt. Like, whoa. But then I was also like, I'm 6'4", 6'3" on bad days, and this looks disgusting. And when you're a bigger person, you lose a lot of weight. You have a lot of loose skin. So I was just like, I don't want to feel and look like this, like a zombie. So I started packing on some weight. I got off the diet for about 2 months, put on a couple pounds, and then now I fluctuate from 200 to 225. In that range is where I'm at. I think I'm at like 219 right now, 220 from the doctor's appointment the other day. So
And what was your mental state like when you were on the super low calorie built for women's? Were you finding that you were like super grumpy and
no, it was more of I was having these headaches. I didn't have no energy. I was getting dizzy. I was getting sick. And it was more of something is going on. What is wrong with me more than anything else? And just trying to hurry up and figure out what the situation was. So I didn't really have time to let anything sink in and anything like that. It was more panic mode like, this ain't right. I done something majorly wrong.
at that point were you like reaching out to somebody to go, what's going on? What like were you looking for
um,
some kind of help?
no, no, I think I made a Facebook post and then I think somebody just seen the weight losing that I was and they was just like, "Hey, what are you doing to lose the weight?" And then either me or the wife mentioned what I was doing and they was just like, "Oh no, that's wrong. That's what's wrong with him." And
Well, that's
she
lucky
might
then.
have reached out to a friend or something cuz we got a lot of friends as well that's in the doctor fields, my sister as well.
Okay. That's great. How many how much siblings do you have? I don't even know about your siblings.
So we will go with my dad's side first. So on my dad's side, there is me, and then I have a half sister, and then I have two stepbrothers, and then in DC on my mom's side, I have two half sisters.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of grandkids, a lot of grandkids for them, for the grandparents, but for being uncles and aunts for all of us, at least for me, I have 10 altogether.
Wow. That's
And I
crazy.
know for the rest of them, I think, like, for my stepbrothers, they got quite a few more because of their other side of their family and stuff.
So
So our
you're an uncle like how
family's
many times? Like 8 times?
a lot,
That's
a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
That must be a big family.
We are. We are. In every direction, I guess.
What were you like eating before you lost the weight? Like, what would that day look like? You get up and just, would you have breakfast then? Or were you just
No, it was more just my normal routine, wake up, have a cup of coffee, get ready for work, go to work. So I didn't want to, because like I said, I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing everything I can to be quiet in the house so that not waking the girls up.
like, I know
So
you're not counting calories, but I mean, it's
hmm,
be pretty easy to kind of figure out that, hey, this is way too much. Like, how many
yeah,
times a day do you think you're eating back then?
during the diet.
Yeah. No, no, before.
Oh, before
Yeah.
any
What
time
led
and all the
to,
time.
yeah. So, like, you just never felt like empty ever.
Mm-mm. No, I was just always hungry.
Yeah. Even
Just
you're just always eating.
I could always eat like seriously, like anytime I would get up and be like, all right, guys, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Like I would go grab a snack cake,
Yeah.
come in here, devour a snack cake before I sat down, continue the stream because I know I'd be sitting back down for another 3 or 4 hours before I'd get back up. And then I'd get up and I'd want another snack.
Do
And
you think it
then
was part like emotional eating or was it just absent-minded eating, you think?
it was just absent minded. It was there. I wanted it. It was good. And if I'm not doing anything, snacking's easy to do. So had to get out of that motion of, I guess, being more on the lazy side and get more on the active side, which I am now,
Yeah.
and
When's the
tell
first time you
myself,
noticed people like starting to say something about your transformation?
gaining the weight. I don't think anybody ever really said anything. My boss probably. He always picked on me, called me fat fingers.
Fat fingers.
Because I did. I had some big old fingers. I had big old hands. I'm a big dude. I got ginormous hands.
That's makes sense why the Digi 5 then.
Yeah, that was just that that was another creation. That was kind of a digital high five, and I was just like, that's too big of a name. But no, it was losing the weight. It was insane. The stuff I would get. Gaining the weight, not very, because I guess everybody's trying to be nice. Nobody wants to poke at. Nobody was like, hey, you need to go on a diet. Because I mean, when you're a big, tall dude, a lot of that weight just kind of blends in.
Right.
But
Yeah.
being that person, hey, you're overweight, like you're big.
But when was the first time people started saying stuff when you started losing the weight?
Oh man, it was probably, well, I mean, for instance, the first 2 weeks of being on the wrong diet, people
Really, you
noticed
shed it
then.
that fast?
It was pretty quick. The first 2 weeks, it was pretty brutal. Like I was getting sick at work.
That's
Uh,
insane.
and I think it was in the middle of the summer, maybe, which didn't help either because you're shedding weight already, working out in the heat, doing that kind of physical work. Um,
I just don't know how you could all of a sudden just switch it like that. Like,
I had to. I had to. Like I hit 299 and in my head I was like, I'm not hitting 300. This is not happening. I
so it was
don't
that number that just triggered
Yeah.
you. You're like,
Yeah.
screw this.
I was like, I am not hitting 300. I was like, I am not going to hit that number. I told my wife, I said, look, I'm sorry. I know there's groceries in this refrigerator that you've bought that's going to go bad. I was like, but I'm 299 pounds. I feel like crap. I got high blood pressure. I want to be around for the rest of as long as I can for my kid. And the route I'm going, I'm going to not make it at an age that I would be happy with.
Was she supportive in that?
Oh yeah, she was very supportive. I mean, she was just like, I mean, she helps me meal prep it all. She helps cook it all, prep it all, weigh it all.
And did she believe you at first, or was it because it would seem like a really quick, that's it, I'm done?
Oh yeah, no, she instantly believed, was on board, was like, "All right, this is what you want. Let's do it. All right, I'm here to support you. Anything you need, want, let me know. I will do everything in my willpower." So,
That's that's pretty good to have that kind of support
yeah,
system.
she was very supportive in it all. I was very thankful.
It's just crazy. Like most people don't like they would need some crazy traumatic event, but I guess just seeing that number, you're like, whoa.
Well, that, and like I said, doing my line of work, I've had heat exhaustion numerous times, and I'm sure weight had a lot to do with that as well.
There was nothing else that just all of a sudden went, that's it, I've had enough, or was it
No,
just
it was
like you
just,
stepped on the scale one day and
yep.
that's crazy. And like I
Just
didn't,
seeing that number kicked it off, I guess.
and you didn't have any like hiccups or anything? Like you didn't like all of a sudden go back and go, I'm gonna eat this cake now, or
Nope.
that's insane.
Because I told myself I can always look forward to Sunday because Sunday I can do whatever I wanted, which I behaved. I only ate the breakfast that we cooked. And by the time we ate breakfast and everything, and that big of a breakfast, I didn't eat lunch. Because for one, my stomach changed. And then knowing that I was getting Mexican for dinner, that was good enough for me. Like, hey, if I can get that every Sunday and then deal with eating the exact same thing 6 days throughout the week, like, I think I can do that.
That's
But like
insane
I
to me.
said, the first year it was a struggle. But the good thing is you can always change it up the next week. You don't have to do sausage this week, next week, the week after, the week after, the week after. As long as you're going about it healthier, like I did, like if I didn't do sausage, we would do chicken. Everything was baked. Seasonings were left open. I couldn't do any like sauces. I didn't do any sauces or nothing, just straight healthy organic seasonings. Um, and then like I would substitute potatoes out for broccoli sometimes, or like a green like peas or green beans or something to that nature.
If I could eat anything forever, it would be like chicken, garlic, and rice. I could
Hmm.
eat that all the time. Stir
See, and
fry or anything like that. Like I could just go chicken, garlic,
mhm.
rice. That's my favorite.
There was a stir fry one I was doing there for a little bit, but steak and stuff was getting a little expensive at the time, and I was just like,
So expensive.
yeah. So I was just like, chicken's a lot cheaper in bulk compared to what I can get the steak for, and doing chicken stir fry was good, but I was missing the steak, and if I do a stir fry, I want my steak in there as well. So
That's
I kind
crazy.
of
So you
just
didn't do
dabbled that
like
out.
you didn't do any diet. You didn't do like a carnivore diet or the
Nope.
paleo or anything like that. You're
Nope.
just like, where
I
did you
just
even get the idea to do that? Like, it's just, it seemed like you just like went rogue and just like, that's it. This is all I'm doing.
Well, like I said, we have friends that dabble in it. So, I mean, I was able to take ideas from these people that do this stuff professionally, like make a diet list for somebody. And I was just like, oh, I like that idea, but I don't like that. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not drinking that protein shake. Like, no, I will just, I think I'll change this out because I like this and it's healthy still. So I just kind of made it my own thing and told myself, hey, if I can only eat weighed out food at this weight and stick with it, I'm losing weight. Obviously, I'll continue to lose weight because this is what I'm doing. If I don't add to it or take away, I should be good. And it worked out for me.
That's awesome. That's really good. Um, when do you think that what do you think you're going to do with your stream now? Like, so I noticed you're playing Hytale, right?
Hmm.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. So you think you're going to be playing those types of games? Or are you going to get into like Arc Raiders? Or are you going to start getting into like the popular games or go back to DayZ?
I like every game. Oh, I would love to go back to DayZ, but for me, because DayZ holds a huge part of my life. And I mean, everybody knows it. DayZ is what made me who I am. It's my daughter's named after the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Her name's even spelt funny, like Daisy. So, um, I don't know. It's such an old game. It's hard to get back into, and I would have to completely 100% relearn the map, relearn everything about it because I've forgotten it all. It's been so long. I'm an everything gamer. I like all games. I like single player games, multiplayer. I've just not had that multiplayer game that has drawn me in like what Daisy gave me because I'm not going to lie, Daisy has spoiled the crap out of me when it comes to online multiplayer games because that's what I want, but I want something more modern of that. Like if you give me Daisy in a modern time today, like all the new technology that's here today, brand new game, no issues, no hiccups, and it released like a great AAA game or whatnot with no issues, I would play the crap out of it because that's what I like. A lot of games have tried to get that Daisy vibe, but just it's not there. They're still great games, don't get me wrong, but it's not what I want. Um, Games like Hytale, it's like Minecraft. Minecraft's that game for me that no matter what, I can always go back to that game and jump in and know that I'm going to enjoy my time there. Uh, no matter if I'm in a bad mood or whatever, that's the game I can always go back to, no matter how old it is. And Hytale is that new version of that. So it's just that game that there's nothing I'm wanting to dabble in right now. So Hytale's something simple. It's relaxing. It's got its action. Um, Arc Raiders. I love Arc Raiders.
Have you been playing it?
I haven't because I had to take a break because I streamed it for 2 weeks straight, I believe. And then I was getting to the point like, okay, all I'm doing is just the exact same thing over and over and over and over. Like I'm going in, dying a lot because of all these crazy people acting up at the time. Um, and it's just me trying to grind to grab this gear, grind, grab this gear, grind, grab this gear. And I was just like, if I continue to do this, I'm going to hate this game. And I don't want to do that because it's a great game that I like jumping in with some friends. Like every once in a while, Fonzie will be like, hey, I'm online. I'm jumping on Arc Raiders. And I'm like, hey, I'm down. I'm jumping on. So it's just going to be one of those games that I will jump in off and on probably. But pretty much any game that's going to be big, I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be checking out. I'm going to be trying to stream because I'm trying to get more involved in streaming video games, of course, alongside with my outdoor adventures as well.
Where do you think that you want your stream to be like a year from now?
A year from now, I would love to see it kind of resemble, and I know it never will resemble what it once was
Yeah.
because I think that time has passed. The streaming world now is a whole different ballgame compared to what it used to be back in the day. But I would love to be able to see it be more on the interactive side, back to having a
Fun day
community.
Sundays.
Yeah, having my own community again.
Yeah.
Instead of just which, I still have my handful of people that come in, but we're kind of just like at a small gathering right now. And we've not created our big family like we once had in our little community.
How active's your like Discord now? So getting back there.
No, it's still very dead.
Yeah.
I've decided to because because I mean, like I said, back in the day, being a semi somebody, Discord was private. I kept it closed up. I didn't allow nobody in there but the people I wanted in there. So I've opened it up now and I've tried to promote it in stream. Like, hey, start jumping in Discord. Anytime I'm playing a game, I'll try to be in there. Or if you want to play a game or whatever, just hop in there and try to get it going like it used to be. It'll get there. It takes time.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who's like just coming back or not even coming back? What about somebody who's just trying to join Twitch now for the first time? Like maybe he's or she's a young buck and a
Yeah.
youngin and they're just coming in for the first time and trying to like make a name for themselves, or do you think they should do Twitch? Should they do somewhere else? Should they do all of them?
No, Twitch is a great spot to be. Like Twitch is where my foot first went in the door. Like it's my OG home. I will never leave Twitch. It's part of me. It's where everybody knows me from. But
But
in
you were active
today's,
on TikTok and stuff too, right? Like you were doing SUP
well,
streams and
more now, but
oh, okay.
prior it was just mainly Twitch. Like I hardly even dabbled in the YouTube, hardly ever posted anything until the more pretty much my weight loss is when I've started doing all of the social medias because I've been more active now. But somebody coming into the game new, I would just say keep your head held high. There's a lot of negativity, but there's also a lot of great positive, and not to be scared to adventure out and ask for help, because even though it's a big world, the streaming community is still one in a way. It's still a big family. There are people that are willing to help you day and night. You just got to ask. So I would say come in, don't be scared to ask for help. You definitely would come in wanting to obviously use all the social medias to your advantage, because the more you put yourself out there, the more you're seen visibly. Um, and don't be scared to be yourself. Don't be somebody fake, because I couldn't imagine playing a different role. Like I like being who I am. Like who you see here is who I am outside of the stream. I'm me. I'm not going to have a fake persona about it. Like what you see is what you get, and honestly that's my favorite thing about a lot of the people that I've met through the streaming world. They're all true people.
And
Like
like you were saying, there's no hiding yourself.
right, yeah,
When
no,
you're
there's
making
not.
that much content,
Right. Yeah,
you're
yeah,
going to
there's
come through anyways.
yep. Yep.
What kind of, you're saying that they should reach out for help. What kind of resources do you think are out there for people who are just starting?
I mean, there's a lot now. Google for one, AI is another thing. I've sure could help. I've not used it for anything, but it could probably help you set up a computer to probably fully stream if you wanted it to, if you asked it right. Um,
I
but
guess what
it's
kind of things do you think people should be reaching out for? Like
I'm
just
like
technical?
for me was like, for instance, setting up OBS, for instance. Like when you pull up a streaming software and you look at it and you're just like, whoa. And you can watch 50,000 videos all you want. But having that physical connection with somebody, like what we're doing now, like for instance in Discord, like being in there with a buddy that knows something about computers, that is like, hey, turn your webcam on, point your camera in your desktop, show me what you got going on, like this, or hey, pull up your OBS on stream. I will go through your settings, tell you what you need to set up. Like if I had something like that back in the day, I would have probably streamed a lot sooner. But it was a lot of having to read on forums, doing this and that and hoping that things worked and figuring out things on my own, which I did have help. Smack helped a ton. So did a lot of other people. But there was a lot of it where I didn't want to ask anybody because I was just like, I should know this. People probably look at me like, you didn't know that? Like, don't be scared. Like, we've all been there at one point in our life, career, whatever you want to say. We've all been there at some point. So ask for help for anything when it comes to being a content creator or streamer or whatever you want to be in this field.
What do you think the future looks like for Twitch? Do you think it's going to just
Uh,
get bigger and bigger, or is it going to get a little more
I would love to see
nuanced?
it. I would love to see it get bigger. Honestly, streaming, I don't think's going anywhere. At least I hope it don't, because I love it.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, being there since kind of the beginning of it, I guess you could say. I don't want to see the fall of anything, obviously. But no, I
What we're
don't know.
seeing, like, I feel like there's a resurgence recently. Like, you're
Mhm.
seeing guys like Peanut come in,
Yeah, that's hard to compete with.
60,000
Mhm.
viewers in their
Mhm.
freaking stream, man, like that. I think that's good for Twitch, just
It
in
is.
in general,
And
like,
honestly, I think it's good for streamers, because streaming to me is kind of like video gaming in a way. Like it's out there, but there's a lot of people that don't know about it still. Like I have friends that I am friends with to this day that literally just found out what Twitch was last week because of for instance, us doing this podcast, and he was like, "Podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, what's it about?" And I was like, "About me, my adventures on Twitch." He's like, "Twitch? What's that?" And I was like, "What?" So, I mean, there's people out there that don't know any of that stuff.
That's crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, like Peanut is a phenomenon. I've been
Mhm.
watching him, and I was trying to figure out what the deal is. Like, why is he got so much love?
I think it's because he is literally, and I'm sure you've watched an entirety of his stream, but from beginning to end of his stream, it's like every short that you watch, the entirety of the stream. Like, he is super energetic, always has something to say, and talking all the time is hard to do. Like, it's really hard to do. And I can only imagine, because I know what my chat used to look at one point reading it, and I know how his is. You ain't reading it. So the fact that he's able to do what he does and still interact with his chat the way he does the entirety of the stream, that's hard to compete with.
Do you think that he's bringing in the younger generation with
He
that kind of
is.
TikTok
Mhm.
flashy, but
Mhm.
he is just hilarious. Like he's
He is.
genuinely funny.
He is. He is. Yeah, yeah. Peanut is an awesome streamer.
He's quick. Like he's
Yeah.
just man, seeing him interact with his the people he plays with and the things he says, I'm like, oh my god. He reminds me even his voice, I was like, is this Tim Dillon, the
I
stand-up
have
comedian?
no I have no idea, and honestly, I don't wanna dig into it. I don't wanna know.
No.
It's fun having that mystery,
Yeah.
and if it ever does come to light, and it will,
It
and
is
it
like he
probably
was streaming
has.
without the VTuber for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone knows
Yep,
who he is, but
yep.
they
So
think
it's
it's some
just
sort of secret, but it's not.
but you don't have to do that to be a streamer and make it.
No. In
That's
fact, I would
just
say that probably it's rare to be a
that's n
VTuber and
yeah,
make it. A lot of people don't
right,
like that.
right. It's a lot of technology involved, I'm sure, for one. Lot way over my head.
It's
This
pretty
is
easy.
what
It's mostly just a Snapchat filter. It's not that hard. But it's I think that people want the face-to-face connection a lot of times. So I
yeah.
think that he made it in spite of being a VTuber. I think he would have been big either way,
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, he's got the personality, he's got the voice,
Yeah.
like, he's got it all there. The peanut just added to it.
And
And it
he was like a Tarkov guy or something first, right?
I I
That's
think
what Spec was
so.
saying.
I'm not gonna say for sure if that's what he was, because 'cause I'm not 100%, but I have seen a lot of Tarkov stuff of his.
So how do you feel like coming in now? You're trying to resurge your channel. You're going to be growing, and now you got to compete with this guy who's like super high energy, go go go, flashy. He's
It's
basically the
hard.
TikTok of freaking Twitch.
It's hard to compete against, it really is, but I'm just going in, I'm being myself, and if I get a small community of a handful of people again, I'm happy with that. I don't have to be nobody big. I don't want to be big.
Or
I
is that
just
the fear coming through again?
no, there's no fear this time because now I know the mistakes in the past of letting fear get in the way of, what I could have had a way different career path than continuing the concrete life. Um, but I'm going into it just having fun instead of taking it as serious as I used to.
But
I'm
do you
being
want to be like, is that what something you want? You want to aspire to,
I mean,
make a living off of this?
I would love to. I would love this to take over and me be able to do this because I can do this more than I can do physical anymore. Physical is hard on me now. And especially once I had these surgeries, I don't know how much more physical I'm going to be able to do.
Well, do
I'm
you
going to be,
think that being just kind of passive, I'm happy being small, I don't think that's going to make you a living, you know?
it won't.
Do you have a plan on how to get your stream out there? And
I'm just hoping that between me streaming, my camping, and the crazy whitewater paddleboarding and just regular old river paddleboarding, I just hope it brings in the right crowd and draws the right attention and just hope for that one video to kind of kick it off into gear. I've had one that hit like 170,000 likes.
for like an outdoor video?
It was a paddleboarding video, and all it
Wow.
was a big rock in the middle of the river. I had a buddy on one side playing. I was on the other side playing on it. And then our third buddy just kind of rampaged right through the middle and went up and over top of the rock and made it all the way across to the other side. And that's all it was. It was like 10 seconds and it was the Jaws theme, like dun dun. And then when he shot through the middle of us on the rock that we was playing on, butting in, that's all it was. And I was like, oh my goodness. The comments were going crazy. Uh, it went big on YouTube Shorts. It went big on TikTok, and there was another one called Clapper, I think. It's another TikTok alternative from the original time TikTok was supposed to get shut down in the States. It was another app people were looking into. But yeah, between 3 platforms, it was up there in numbers, and I was like, oh man, this is it. This is the video. So that's all it is. It's just that one thing to kick it off.
I wouldn't rely on luck,
This
though. I
helps.
think that you should look at that, analyze it, see where people are jumping off, look at the analytics. I think if you really want to start making it, I think you got to like take that stuff seriously and go, why did this, like really think about it. Why did that one go viral?
Yeah.
And then try to replicate it. I mean, not ungenuinely. I think you could still be you. Obviously, being you, one actually, went viral. Maybe it's the sound. Maybe it's just the fact that the guy did some cool stunt. I think maybe
Right.
like you were a fan of like Jackass and stuff back in the day, right? Like maybe
Oh, yeah.
that's your calling.
The Jackass stuff. I'm too old for Jackass, though.
Well, but you're still doing that stuff. That's like epic,
Yeah.
right? You can
Yeah.
still be epic and not have to run into a bull.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's one reason, why I've continued dabbling, taking the recording into the whitewater adventures, because obviously taking camera gear on the water is not fun. I mean, thankfully, GoPros and other action cameras exist nowadays. But
Maybe that's your calling. I mean, I
and it
think you
could
should
be.
follow that. You got the one video, it's doing well.
Yeah.
I think maybe I think you got a knack for that.
Yeah, my paddle, which don't get me wrong, I did post a short of Arc Raiders not long ago, and it done very well. So
Wow, really?
paddleboarding and gaming clips seem to do very well in shorts,
Yeah, shorts are
but it's
crazy.
just getting it dialed in right. And music is hard nowadays, because back in the day, you could just throw on an album, listen to music all day while you were streaming, and now there's copyright stuff involved. You can't have that awesome song that fits that scene because it's got lyrics in it that are too popular or some whatever reasoning.
Yeah. Well, you can always use AI to generate music.
Yeah. And that's getting insane. Watching Smack stream, seeing a lot of the AI songs that get thrown in there, I'm just
My
like, this
God.
is absolutely amazing. Like, these are so good songs.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
I could definitely see that now, thanks to that.
Yeah. What were you doing when you were a kid skateboarding? Because you were telling me before that you were like right into it. You loved all the Jackass guys before they were Jackass. What were they called before that?
CKY, like Bam Margera, and a lot of his guys like Rake and Rab and a lot of those guys. The CKY crew, which was early days Jackass, I guess you could say.
Like,
Jackass might have been around some.
How did a country boy get into like this freaking culture, skate culture, like way back then?
Being in the area we grew up in, I guess it had to have been CKY, because CKY was, Bam was a professional skateboarder. So I'm guessing CKY is what got me and him involved in the skateboarding. And then, after that was going on so long, then Jackass came out and all those guys went over to Jackass, and skateboarding was still involved a little bit, but Jackass was more focused on stunts and got rid of the skateboarding aspect, as of CKY was basically Jackass, but with a lot of skateboarding involved.
How did you discover skateboarding culture at all? Like, how did you get involved with that?
I honestly think it was from the CKY era.
Just like videos you found, like
Yeah, that, and then of course a lot like our shopping mall had a store in it called Pac Sun back
okay,
in the day, and a lot of the clothes that was in Pac Sun back then was sold in a magazine called CCS,
okay,
which was where we used to get a lot of skateboarding shoes and skateboards from, and parts and clothing and whatnot. And then seeing that store actually come into play where you could actually physically go in probably had a big inspiration on like, yeah, I'm going to be a skater now. Like I can get the clothes, I can physically get the shoes here because mom and dad won't order from a magazine, but they'll buy from a store.
yeah.
Um,
But how'd you even find the videos and stuff? Because it's not like they were everywhere. And was it just on
going
TV or
Yeah, I'm sure seeing some on TV a little bit, but a lot of it was going to the old video stores that was around back then,
and
in
they
our
had those videos
town.
there? Because man, my town wouldn't have
Yeah,
had
there
those.
was like, of course, I think the CKY stuff was there, but also, like, when some of the big companies would release a new, like, skate video, I think there were a few in the stores, like, some of the big stuff from back then, like,
What
probably
year
had
are we
Tony
talking, do you
Hawk,
think?
early '90s.
Yeah. Like
Mid-90s.
okay.
Yeah. I really honestly don't know because everything worked so different back then. There was no like we didn't us kids didn't use house phones then to talk to each other. Everything was through word of mouth through school. So I'm sure a lot of it had to do with word of mouth and then
Just a group of kids you were hanging out with in high school.
hunting down these videos from said stores or we had a local skate shop which had an indoor skate park a town over, so we was able to get some stuff from there. Uh, but yeah, I don't, now that I sit and think about it, I don't know how we came across a lot of that stuff without internet.
Were you in like a big high school when you were a kid,
No,
or was it
no, we were
what do you think the
small.
population of your high school was?
Oh, goodness, I don't know, but
Mine was like 1,500 people.
I would say, oh, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even want to throw out wrong numbers. I don't even remember what my graduating class had as a whole.
Like, I'm just wondering because my high school, 1,500 people. I grew up in, I'm in Canada, so our population is 1/10 of yours,
Right.
and our city wasn't that big. And there was still like there was quite a few cliques there, or cliques, or whatever people call them.
Yeah. Little
We had
groupies.
we had the skater punk kids,
Yeah,
we
we
had
had all
like
that.
the metalhead kids
Mhm.
and the freaking preppy kids and all that stuff. Like, did you have all those types of cliques too? And you found your
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was in the skater, punky, gothic, misfits group of people, which I was still friends with a lot of jockey, preppy people as well. And a bunch of the other different like I was friends with everybody, but
I
my
can see
main
that.
core group was like the skater dudes, the gothic-y style people, the hippie style people, like
Those are quite different groups that you're talking about here. Like,
they are. But like I said, I'm
those typical goth, hippie, metal skater dudes.
well, a lot of like a lot of our hippier style friends hung out with a lot of the more gothic style friends. Um,
You're doing like kick flips and hacky sack at the same time.
oh, I love hacky sack. I don't know if I could do it nowadays, but yeah, I did like hacky sack back as a kid. Yeah,
So
which
maybe that's where you kind of got all of your skater kind of knowledge from, I guess, maybe like friends in high school. And were you
I
hanging out at like
guess
the skater, the skate, what'd you say it was? You had like a skate club or
the little
the
skate shop, skate
skate
park.
shop?
Yeah, we would go there on I think weekends when his mom would take us because my buddy's mom I think is the only person that ever took us there. I don't think anybody ever else did. And then by the time we got to driving, it was already closed down. But pretty much all the guys from our town that skated all hung out together because there was only a small handful of us, maybe 10 of us, maybe. There might have been more, I'm not sure.
What was the population of your town growing up? Like hundreds of people or thousands?
We're small. No, now it's probably less. It's probably less than 1,500 now. I'd say it's probably 1,200 now. Our town, maybe 1,300.
Wow.
I don't think it's more than that. I could be completely wrong. I don't look at numbers or population. I stay away from all that stuff. I
My
don't.
point is, like, that's crazy that you're able to find people that you can relate to
Mhm.
so well in such a small place.
Well, yeah, because if you're not a hunter or a basketball player or football player, like you wouldn't think there would be much else, but there is, surprisingly. And I still think there is today. I still see a couple of little kids with skateboards walking around. I'm like, I want to just hop out and be like, yo, let me go show you all the gaps around town. But then I'd be looked upon like, what's that creep don't want to take those kids around? Like, I just want to show them the cool skate spots, man, so they don't get in trouble like we did.
I know
We
how you
know all
feel.
the
Like,
places.
I look at some kids and I'm just like, they're skateboarding or snowboarding, and I'm like, I want to go up to them and tell them, this is some of the best time of your life, man.
Right.
Hang on to this moment. You don't understand how
Yeah.
fast it goes.
Oh, it does very fast.
But
Very,
I've
very
like,
fast.
again, I'd feel like a super creep going up, and you'd be like, go away, old man. That's what I would say when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Why is this dude creeping on us? We just want to grab him and go, this, you're going to want to savor this. It doesn't last forever.
It don't. It don't. Sadly.
That's crazy. You're able to find guys with your same similar likes and interests and stuff, and then you get together and you create this kind of like skater community,
Yep.
basically a local
Yeah,
one.
high school, it got more community. Like that's when we had our group of friends that were involved in the skating. Before then, it was mainly just two of us, maybe three of us, until pretty much, I guess, high school is when it really kicked in gear when we started like, hey, these are the skaters. These are who we want to hang out with. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever? I mean, I'm sure everybody has kind of aspirations when they're doing anything. Backyard football people are thinking they're Tom
Mhm.
Brady. Did you ever have any like aspirations when you're a kid to go pro or anything? Or
Obviously, everybody, Tony Hawk is a huge inspiration to a lot of people, and he is to the sport as well. But there's a lot of others. For me, honestly, it was probably Bam Margera. I don't know why. Like as soon as I first seen him on CKY, I was just like, "This is my dude." Like I love this guy, and I still to this day I highly support him. I'm super happy that he's living a clean, sober life now and is doing good again and skating again. Um, But I would say that he was probably my biggest inspiration because, like I said, CKY, Jackass, skateboarding, like all that fit together in one hand. And that was a huge part of my childhood growing up and still is to this day. I mean, I'm on a paddleboard, which to me is like a skateboard on water in a way. Like a lot
yeah,
of the
for sure.
balance is the same in ways.
Well, skateboarding evolved from surfing, right?
Right, right.
So it's pretty
So
much
to me, that's what I'm saying. It
very
feel like it
connected.
all fits together. Yep, yep.
Yeah, it was like basically riding the wave, but on
Mhm.
concrete
Yep.
because you couldn't catch the waves all the time.
The
That's
falls are a lot softer. That's a plus. Sometimes they're very dangerous falls
true.
due
I
to
was in
all
a
the.
river one time. We were in Ontario. There's this place called the Laura Gorge, and it's this river that's cut through, and it's been so big and strong that's made a gorge.
Mhm.
And I went through it. We were tubing. People would tube all the time, but a couple people like a year end up dying in this river, and I was almost one of them. I was
Mm.
tubing down, and I fell off the tube, and I was in the water, and I was like, oh, whatever. I'm a strong swimmer. I'm a lifeguard, and I got sucked down behind a rock in this like reverse eddy, I guess. Then the waves were pounding on top of me, and I'm like, oh crap! And my feet were in behind the rock, so I was like in this little pocket, and I was like, I'm stuck and the water's above me. I can't breathe. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, no one's going to be able to find me. So I ended up just kicking as hard as I could. And I popped myself up. But I was like, that was really close.
Rivers are definitely scary. They can definitely be scary. I've been on some scary stuff. I've seen some scary stuff. Like rivers ain't something to just play around with. Like they can really do some damage if you're not
Like
ready
what?
and prepared.
Have you ever been in,
I've never been in a scary incident. No, it's just more of getting thrown into a river that I've never been on before. And then coming to find out that it's a 3 plus when I'm used to ones and
yeah,
maybe a
somebody
2.
surprised you once, right? With a river?
Yeah, my best friend that I grew up with, the one that got me in the skating, that got me in the paddle boarding. Uh, he's like, hey, there's this big event called Nolly Fest coming up. Like, it's a huge thing. I forgot exactly where it was at. Irwin, Tennessee, maybe, kind of up by the mountains.
Okay.
I was like, all right, cool. And he was like, yeah, we'll take my ride. You drive half, I drive half. Let's go to this. It's a big event, like tons of people event. And I was like, all
Did
right,
you know
cool.
that there was going to be tons of people there and stuff?
Yeah, he told me. He was like, he's like, the stuff we do it here. I was like, yeah. And he's like that, but bigger. He's like, there'll be pros and stuff here. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, we're going to enter in on this race on the river, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, cool. Didn't think nothing of it. And
Have you ever
then,
done races before that?
no, I've never done anything like that. I've just
What
ran
made them
rivers
think that
with
you were
people.
ready for a race?
It's just one of those things like, hey, we got the opportunity. Let's take it. Let's do it. Let's just see what happens. Let's have fun with it. We're here. We might as well. Don't cost us nothing. So I was like,
There was no entry
okay.
fee or anything?
I don't think. And if there was, I don't remember, or maybe he took care of it.
Yeah,
Usually
maybe.
when it comes to that stuff, he's always just like, hey, get here. I got everything taken care of.
Okay.
So it's mainly me figuring out how to get to the destination because it's usually a long drive for me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we're entered in this race on this river that I've never done in my entire life. I've watched a couple videos, and you can watch videos all day long of anything and everything, but when it comes time to actually do something of said, it's completely different than what you watched. Like, physical is way different than virtual, like completely different. So we get here and he was like, yeah, dude, we'll be in this with a lot of professionals, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, cool. These people have done this river numerous times. I don't know, anything coming up. I'm just getting thrown in the mix. All right, cool.
Well, set up the
He's
scene
like,
for me. Is there like a bunch of markers in the water? There are a bunch of
no,
lifeguards?
there's no lifeguards. There's no markers. This is a river run. You are running the river to a rock bar, which is so many miles down the river.
What's a rock bar?
So a rock bar is where on the river there's a bend somewhere. Sometimes it's in straightaways as well. And I guess over time during floods and whatnot, it's pushed a lot of gravel out of the river off to the side and basically creates beaches, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
nothing but gravel. So it's called gravel bars. And it's usually spots where, like, if people are hanging on the river, they'll stop and be like, all right, we've been on here for 4 hours. Let's stop here, take lunch, drain our kayaks or whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So that's what it is. It's just a big gravel rock bar, kind of like a beach in a way.
That's cool.
And a lot of them are on bends and turns and on a lot of rivers.
But they didn't have any setups down the river or anything where that's kind of weird. Like it's but it was an actual event?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, what they'll do is they'll carpool. So, like, for instance, the rock bar we stopped at was at a fellow campground down the river that they were partnered up with. So they had a team down there with a bunch of vans and stuff. So when you got done doing the run, you could load up all your gear and then they would take you back up to the main event, back up river where the party was. But yeah, getting thrown on this river and running it, these guys instantly get in and they're gone. Like, it seems like a mile ahead already, like in a snap of a finger. And I'm just like, wow, that's not happening. Like, no matter how hard I paddle, I will never catch up to these guys in the light of day.
Were there kayakers too, or is it just all SUPs?
No, these were all stand-up paddleboarders.
Okay.
So running this race, when you're standing up on a paddleboard, you see everything. You can see so far down the river compared to sitting eye level with the water. I'm above the water versus eye level, so I can see further, see, what obstacles, what routes to take, whatnot. Well, when you're on a river you've never been on, you don't know what you're looking for because you're kind of looking for everything. Your eyes are scanning everything because you don't know where rocks are. You don't know where trees are. You don't know nothing. All you can just see are white caps everywhere. So it gets to the point where something sounds very sketchy, looks extremely sketchy, and I'm just like, what is this? And at the very bottom is the most scariest looking thing in the world. I don't know what I don't know terms or nothing. I just know basic stuff like eddying in and out and, river left, river right, but the basic stuff. But this thing at the bottom, I was just like, man, if I fall off this board, that's going to suck me under and I'm gone.
Wow.
And apparently there's like a ledge or wall down in there. So when the water's lower, you can see it. But the river was up higher because there was some flooding a couple days prior. Like when we first got there before the event, there was some flooding. We didn't know if it was going to still happen or not. So the river was just a little bit up higher than normal. Not any different in safe levels, I don't think, as what it was normal. But hit that spot and get to the bottom, and I made it through, and we end up completing the race. I didn't get last, but pretty close to it, I'm pretty sure. We get done, we get back to camp, and Shane's like, dude, I just wanted to let you know that that's the gnarliest river I've ever been on at that time.
Wow.
And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he goes, you just hit a 3.3 plus. And I was like, he could have told me that. And he's like, yeah, but would you have done it then? And I was like, well, I would have probably chickened out. And he was like, well, there you go. If I don't tell you, then you'll do it. So,
Wow.
but I don't plan on doing anything crazier than that because one, my body isn't the same as it used to be. That was scary enough for me. So I'm definitely happy with my little O2s and 2 pluses.
What
And
does it go up to? Do you know? Or
I'm not sure in the in the paddleboarding world. I really don't know. Paddleboarders might have done 5s. I really don't know, tell you the truth.
can you look that up for me? No.
But right. It might go up to 10. I really don't know. And that might be more in like rafters and stuff like that. Because there's limits for everybody. But for me, a 3 plus is what I've done so far. I don't want to do anything more.
So was that the gnarliest river you ever did? Or have you done something crazier now?
For me, yes, that's probably the craziest river for me. Most of the rivers I hit are in Arkansas, thanks to Shane. He drags me everywhere, tells me where to go. I'm bad on names. I don't remember a lot of these. I have a list somewhere written down of all these rivers I've hit, but I couldn't find it. But I've hit a majority of the rivers in Arkansas that are whitewater related for the most part, minus maybe 1 or 2 that's on that list that I do need to hit. But
that's insane. So the craziest river you've done was a complete surprise.
Yep. Other than just a little bit of videos that I watched online. But like I said, when you watch a video online, it's so much smaller than what it is in person. Like the camera makes, like you look at it and I'll be like, yeah, I just hit some whitewater this weekend. And you look at the video and you're like, that's what you hit? Like, that's not scary. And I'll be like, look, no, when you're out there on it, them waves are like up to your belly button, it looks like, but the camera makes it look like it's no bigger than your paddle board. And it's not the case. It is way more gnarly.
It's got to be much different than like kayaking, right? Like kayaking, I think you can get into some like crazier stuff.
I'm not anywhere a kayaker can go, paddleboarder can go.
Really? That's crazy. Well, the kayakers they go up waterfalls and stuff though.
So do paddleboarders.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like, do they do like crazy drops and stuff like that?
There's 2 guys. One guy that I follow, Frosty SUP, I believe is his name. I could be saying his name wrong, but a majority of his content is waterfall drops.
I didn't think that was possible.
The way I look at it,
pros that were like professional kayakers, and they would do these crazy like I grew up in Whistler, so Whistler is we had like some pretty extreme people living there, and these guys were going off like 40-foot, 50-foot waterfall drops and bouncing in. The craziest part is not breaking your back doing stuff like that, right?
Yeah. And all that's involved with us too, which granted, we got to be more careful with, not flying into said rock versus flipping over and hitting our head on the underneath. But my biggest thing is the way I look at it is I have a flotation safety device, because when I'm running a whitewater river, my vest that I wear is equipped for a waist, or I guess that's what you call waist, a waist leash.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you don't wear ankle leashes on the river because they're too dangerous. But on mine, if I was to ever get tangled up underwater, I have a lever on my life jacket that I can yank, and it will release that leash off of me so I can get untangled.
Oh, okay.
So anytime I ever get thrown off my board, all I got to do is Mortal Kombat that sucker, just grab that leash and say, "Get over here," and yank that thing back, and I'm right back on ready to go. The way I look at it is mine's a flotation safety device, and a kayak and a canoe and all that is an anchor.
Yeah.
Because if you're not wearing a skirt and you fill up with water, you have a sinking vessel that you have to pull over, take the time and drain, and retrieve your loot that has fallen out. I don't have to worry about that. My loot is strapped to my device. Never, at least to this time date of flipping over and all that, I've not lost anything. Nothing's never came off my setup.
Are you ever worried like it's gonna pop, or do people ever use like the solid type of paddle boards for those? Or are they?
They're they're not so much around where we're at. We have seen them. Shane started out on a hard one when he first got into figuring out what paddleboarding was. But no, we use the blow up ones. And I mean, these things are made to bounce off rocks. And the biggest thing, my biggest complaint about being a paddleboarder is, and it's not this way with a lot of people because being in this water community that I am, it's a huge family and everybody is so genuine there. And they're all different ages, shapes, sizes, color, everything. And they are some of the most amazing people ever. But to the outside world, I get the vibe a lot of like how it was growing up being a skateboarder and not a BMX rider. You were kind of like, oh, you're one of those guys, you're a skateboarder. Well, you can't do this and you can't do that. And I'm just like, yeah, I can. I can do this and I can do that. And it's the same way with the paddleboard. Like, you know, in rivers where you got to get out of your kayak because it's too shallow, guess what? I'm still standing up on my paddleboard, coasting right through that. Oh, well, what about those rocks? You're going to puncture your board. Well, guess what? I hit whitewater rivers where I'm bouncing off of rocks
Wow,
and I'm perfectly fine. Like, it's hard. Like, these things take a beating. They can take a beating.
that's insane.
And the way I look at it is if you can do it, I can do it. Granted, I might not want to do it, and I'm probably not going to do it just because I don't want to be stupid. And I'm at that age now where I don't want to die. So,
Well,
but
that's crazy. Like to me, the same thing in the snowboard community, right? You got like
mhm.
skiers and snowboarders just hating on each
Yep.
other.
Same way there. Yep. Yep.
And then the same thing, even like the skate parks and stuff. You got guys who are inline skating and they're looked like frowned upon. And then you got the guys on the, forget what you call them, little scooter things.
Yeah, the little scooters.
And
Yep.
everyone hates those guys. And I don't understand why, like,
I like it all. My thing is if you're out here trying, it's better than being lazy and not trying.
but then you get the guys who are just so open to everybody and willing to help. And it's a real cool community. I went to a lot of like skate parks and stuff when I was a kid, and
Mhm.
just seeing like new guys coming in and getting welcomed, and you eat it and it doesn't matter. People
Right.
like pick you up and they're just like teaching you like, well, this is how you should ollie. This is how you should freaking take that ramp a little bit better. And even with snowboarding, I found like when I was pretty early with snowboarding, and the snowboarders were really like, we weren't allowed to go on a lot of mountains.
Right.
We were banned, right? Because it was, they say, oh, you're creating too many crazy weird moguls. I'm like, the skiers create moguls like crazy, man. Like, I don't know. Our moguls were a lot bigger. So it was crazy, like just the kind of prejudice that happens just from using a device.
Yep.
It's insane to me.
Yep. But at least in the community that I've seen so far, it's all very welcoming because there's only a handful of us suppers that are in that community, like the Arkansas Canoe Club, for instance, that I'm a member of. Like, there's only a handful of us suppers in that group. The rest are, kayakers and canoers and are outstanding at it. Like, there's some amazing people out there in that sport. Like, it's wild. And some of those people you would never know they're probably 80 years old. Like, there's all different ages out there. It's insane.
And you do like trips with yours,
Yeah.
right? Like how many,
Yep.
what's the longest trip you ever did with one?
On a river, I know we spent an entire week down on the Buffalo River down in Arkansas. So we spent an entire week on the river, and that was pretty much hitting the river every day, pulling over and camping somewhere.
That's awesome.
We've done 25-mile trips downriver.
How do you bring all your gear with you and like a week's worth of food?
So when it comes to the food, it's usually freeze dried for the most part. Or for instance, like growing up, I ate a lot of like potted meat, Vienna sausages, Spam. So for instance, Spam, they make singles now where it's just a slice and they don't weigh nothing. They take up no space. And, you can get 10 of them and only be like this thick, which takes up no space. So there's 10 meals technically if you want to go that route, or freeze dried. But
Well,
yeah,
what
it's
do you keep it
mainly
on your back or do you tow it or?
no, it's usually on the front of the board.
Oh, okay.
And like I'll have a dry sack that has all of my camping gear in it, like everything hammock related, because I hammock camp. I don't tent camp or ground camp. I am hammock only. So like one bag will have all my hammock and sleeping gear in it, and then the other bag will have my essential stuff like my cookware, my food, my like water filtration device, anything like that in it. So I usually try to always just have 2 bags and 2 bags only.
So are you always filtering water? You're not bringing any or anything?
No, I usually only filter.
No, okay.
If we're doing river trips like that, yeah, I filter only, which has sucked at times because once a filter freezes, they're no longer technically, I guess, usable. And I didn't know this. And one year, we camped at a spot that's about a mile hike from the parking lot, and it's down by I call it a waterfall, but it's not a waterfall. But when you're sitting there in your hammock at night and you hear it's waterfall. It's only like 3 foot tall, maybe,
Okay.
but it's in a very popular swimming hole in the summer, and a lot of people like it's packed during the day, but at night there's nobody there, and we camp out there yearly because it's such a cool spot to go. And I walked over to the waterfall one night and filled up my bladder bag and took it back to camp and put it on my filtration system and drank it all weekend. And come to find out that next week I got very sick and had a parasite. And then come to find out it was because I had a faulty filtration system, which was my own fault because I didn't know about storing it out in the garage like I did. And it should have been more stored inside at room temperature where it couldn't freeze.
Did you get like giardia or something or
Just a lot of getting sick, not really being able to really hold down
you
foods.
don't know what parasite it was?
No,
No.
no. All I know is I had to take some medicines and antibiotics, and I
That's
don't remember.
crazy.
It was like a week of medication that I had to take.
Wow. How sick were you? How long? Like
For
was it like
about
a week or
a week was miserable. There was a week of it that was miserable. Probably the week when I was taking the medication
yeah.
was probably my miserable week. I mean, it was like intense stomach cramps. The bathroom times was awful. Getting sick was awful.
Yeah.
Just no appetite to want to eat, even though you'd be starving and needed to eat. You just couldn't eat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
but it
thank
was
God you weren't
rough.
still out on the river when that happened.
Oh, I know that would have been a horrible situation to deal with on the river.
It gets dangerous out there camping like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've been caught in a hailstorm out on our boards before. That was fun.
Oh my God. Well, you
Not too
got
many
helmets on at
storms though.
least.
Some rivers. If it's a whitewater river, yeah, we got our helmets on. If it's a lazy river, there's no helmets. But I do a helmet a lot of times because it's the best spot for my GoPro camera to go and get the
True.
best footage.
True, true.
Because it's hard to paddle and hold a selfie stick at the same time when you need 2 hands to paddle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Smack was thinking. I've seen him talk a lot about the best way to do like a airsoft stream where you would
Mhm.
mount these cameras and stuff like that. So,
Honestly, in today's time, the 360 camera is the way to go.
well, do you have one maybe mounted at the front of the SUP as well, and then one on?
I it depends. Sometimes it depends what I'm doing. If it's more of a lazy river where there's no scenery involved other than just ooh ah that's pretty, I will put it on the front of the board and let it face me. That way I can play and have fun and be like, look, there's nothing going on this way for you guys, but at least this way you get me. But on the whitewater stuff, I usually strictly go helmet only. That way you get first person view kind of feel for it.
Yeah.
So it's just whitewater, it's helmet cam, lazy river, it's fun cam, I guess you could say.
Can't wait to see more of those videos. It's going to be awesome. I think you should really get into that more.
It's this past year was kind of didn't get to do it as much because trying to figure out this next stuff. But as soon as I get this next stuff taken care of and the surgery's out of the way and I'm back to where I can be on the water again, it's going on full speed again.
So what exactly is going on with your back?
So about 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease. I've had it, I guess, my whole life. I just didn't know about it. About 3 years ago, I went in for some back issues, and then they were just like, "Oh, you got this disease," and I was just like, "Oh, that's cool. What's that?" And then they explained it to me, and it's where like your disc and everything, how they're stacked on top of each other, all the squishy material inside the soft cushion is pretty much disintegrating, non-existent, and your bones practically lay on top of each other and cause a lot of pain and issues with your nerves. Well, I have it from the very top of my neck all the way to the tailbone at a pretty high level due to 20 years of the concrete life and not knowing I had the disease. So it's progressed really a whole lot. So currently I'm dealing with C4 through 5, 5 through 6, 6 through 7 in my neck. Because 2 spots, which I think is 4, 5, 5, 6, are pretty much non-existent anymore. And it's just going to be a domino effect. 6 and 7, if I don't get the other ones taken care of, 6 and 7 is going to, I guess, gradually fail as well. So they're looking at going in and doing titanium plating on my neck, which is called a fusion.
Weird.
Which
You're going to be Iron Man.
I know. I will definitely be part robot, I guess, in a way. My doctors told me that with this surgery going in, because they gave me 2 options, either to do just the one disc and come in and do the second one later and then the third one later, but doing multiple surgeries makes things more complicated down the road due to scar tissuing and all that they have to go in and clean out. So it's better to kind of do it all at once. So that's kind of what I was just like. I was like, I think I'd rather have 1 neck surgery versus 3.
Yeah. Can they install claws at the same time?
Right. I know.
Get some
Let me be Wolverine.
Going?
That'd be amazing. But I will lose. But a lot of people's like, yeah, my functions came back, but I guess it's different for everybody. But there's a possibility of losing 30% of my head movement, left, right, up, and down. And 30%, seems like a low number, but when you think about it, that's you pivot that so much throughout your daily usage. And imagine not having 30% of that there, that's going to limit a lot of things and make things a lot different in life. Like, I'm not going to have, which I don't anyways, because I'm limited to my neck movement already, but I'm not going to have that quickie snap, like, oh shit, situations where I need to turn real quick. Like, that stuff's going to be gone, possibly. I don't know.
I wonder, can they do things with like stem cells or anything these days, or?
I don't know. There's a lot of other procedures I think that can be done, but it's either not included with it, not covered by insurance, or it's just extremely out of the price range to even want to attempt to try to look at.
This is why we need to get your stream back up and going so we can find a crazy donor, get you down into Mexico and get some super experimental stem cell therapy going on or something.
And as far as I know, I don't think you can and I mean, there may be ways, but I don't know if you can re-heal that stuff. I think that kind of stuff is on the list of that. Once you mess that up, it's kind of just that way forever.
Well, I'm wondering, like, they have crazy things now, like CRISPR and these
Mhm.
new peptides they're coming out with and all that stuff. I mean, maybe with AI, it's going to be freaking cured someday. Who knows? But they got some crazy technologies already. Like, I could see,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they can regrow that, like the cushions between your spine, but I wouldn't be surprised.
There's alternatives they can put in there, but like I said, that stuff's just out of the questioning for me due to insurance and price-wise.
Yeah.
So it's
So
more
if
of
if you
I'm
had lots
kinda
of money, there actually could be better treatments.
better treatments than fusions, I'm sure, yeah. Like, I mean, a fusion's making it permanent,
Yeah.
so
Wow,
but
that's crazy.
that's what's affordable, sadly.
Yeah. Do you ever do any other type of camping trips besides river, or do you ever like go out for long periods of time?
We have a permanent campsite on the river where I keep a camper at yearly, which during the winter off season, it's here at home. But it stays out there full time. It's the place where the wife loves to go and camp and the daughter. They got the luxuries of heat and air, and getting away from the bugs if they want. And I still have my freedom of sitting outside by the fire and not wanting to go inside.
Yeah.
But
Do I remember seeing you do some camping streams or something like that once back in the day?
I've camped. It was last year or the year before I got some footage of camping in a snowstorm. We had like, I think we got 9 or 10 inches of snow at that time. Just like went to bed with nothing on the ground. And when I woke up that next morning at 5 in the morning, I opened up my hot tent, was just like, oh man.
But you got a hot tent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So, there's potential for that tonight and tomorrow. We're having a massive winter storm push through, which they're calling right now, I think 12 to 18 inches, which is insane for us. We don't never see those numbers.
Yeah.
And maybe some sleet and ice and power outages again. So I don't know.
That's
But
crazy.
no, that was probably my craziest camp trip I did, but it's usually a lot of just backpacking, and a lot of this backpacking stuff is also like truck camping. Like, the truck is over there in the parking lot and I walked, 5 minutes to a campsite with my bag.
Maybe we can get you to be the new Outdoor Boys. You ever watch that channel?
Oh, I love that. I love them. Luke and the kids. His boy runs the show now,
Yeah. Yeah. They
the
kind of
young
canceled
one.
the channel, but not.
Right. He just the fame was getting too big for him is apparently what he said.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he
maybe
couldn't
maybe you
enjoy
could just
his
take
everyday
over now. You'd be
life.
like, I'll do it.
I know.
I'll
Oh,
do
I
it.
would love to. I'm not as smart as he is. Now, don't get me wrong. I could definitely survive out on my own if I had to. Like if it came to that where I needed to survive, I could survive. I got all the gear I need to do it. I got enough knowledge to get me by for a while, I guess you could say.
Have you ever gone done like any extreme expeditions or anything like that? Or
I want to, and it's something that I've been thinking about for the future once this neck surgery stuff's out of the way and I get back where I'm able to, because they told me that whitewater paddleboarding and my more extreme, I guess, backpack camping, I'll be restricted to just truck camping, like pulling over and the truck has to be right there within reach to get my gear out. But actually carrying a backpack or doing paddleboarding, that will be a year out from, like, once I have surgery, I can't do that for a year.
oh, okay. But they see you being able to do that later?
I hope.
I hope so too.
I don't know. That they said is different for everybody. Everybody's body is completely different from one another. So it just all depends on, I guess, my body and how it takes to this foreign object.
Well, the doctors must have really been happy that you lost all that weight.
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't deal with these people back then. This, like I said, this was probably 3 years in the making now, dealing with the back and neck people, which they know about it. And I'm sure they're like, oh, that's amazing. And it helps out tremendously, you not being on all these medications anymore. Cause I mean, I was on a lot of medications and now I don't take no medicine and I try not to take any kind of medicine at all.
What do you
Try to stay
mean?
away from all that. Just like, I I've had a lot of friends
Like
and a
what
lot of
kind of
family.
medications? I mean, like were you on
Um, let's see. So
like
I was
thyroid medications
on.
or something or
No, it was like high blood pressure medicine, which was, I guess, also maybe blood thinner as well as what it acts as well.
oh, okay.
Maybe is how that works. I don't really know.
Were they concerned with
Um,
your heart or something too?
no, no, my heart. I never had heart test ran, which I will have to have that done before next surgery. So I'll find out about my heart then, how good it is, I guess.
Well, why were they putting you on blood thinners?
Well, no, I'm just saying I think that's part of high blood pressure medicine. Like I think it's a blood thinner also acts as a blood thinner also maybe.
Okay.
And I could be wrong, but it was mainly just the high blood pressure medicine plus the medications for my back and my neck. And then it just once I got off the high blood pressure medicine, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much better." Cuz that medicine makes you feel wild. Like the side effects from it suck.
What do you mean? Like
Eh,
what? Like
Uh, so
dizziness or
weight,
something? Or
yeah, dizziness, weight gain,
it was
just
making you gain weight?
yeah, some of the side effects was weight gain. There was a bunch of symptoms, headaches, like swelling in the legs and feet.
That seems like
Uh,
counterintuitive to what you want to have
I
happen.
know, I know.
That's a little
Luckily,
ridiculous.
it took me when I was on high blood pressure medicine, it took me 4 different retries until I found one that didn't cause major effects. Like the first one was that I was on, I woke up the next day to my feet being so swelled up I couldn't wear my tennis shoes or my work boots. So I couldn't go
Wow.
into work because I couldn't wear nothing. So I
That's
instantly had
crazy.
to get off that. And then there was one that was giving me like blackout headaches, like I couldn't handle it. And I guess they were causing spikes in my blood pressure is what was happening with that one. And then I don't remember about the other ones, but the last one that I got on, it was just a little bit of weight gain was my only side effect from it. Luckily.
So you traded those medications for ham sandwiches and then presto, you lost
Right.
100
Yep.
pounds.
Yep. Got rid of all that, lost weight.
Was it like,
Well, lost weight and got rid of that.
so that was like 125 pounds you lost? Pretty much?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
At the
insane.
at the initial start of it all, yeah, before I decided to get around the 220 mark, yeah.
That's crazy insane.
Went from a 42 waist all the way down to a 27, 28. I could probably wear a 30 right now if I wanted to, but pants like that's hard to find, especially in a taller length.
What are you doing for energy? So you went off energy drinks. Are you doing caffeine now, like coffee or?
I do 1 cup. I only do 1 cup of coffee a day now, instead of a pot. It's just 1 cup only of coffee. And every great once in a while, and I say every great once in a while, like maybe every 2 weeks, I might have a Sprite just to throw in there, give me something other, because it's mainly just water and tea. That's all I do, just water and tea.
No, like powders, nothing like that.
Mm-mm. Now in the summertime, I'll do like some like liquid IVs and stuff in my water when it gets to the point where I need that emergency shot of something to give me a boost where I don't fall out.
Liquid IV new sponsor.
Right? Oh man, I would love that. Them things are expensive nowadays.
Yeah, those are good.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
my kids love them.
They are.
And I actually let them have them because they're getting into sports. My daughter's into rugby,
Mhm.
so
Oh, nice.
she's getting really good. She just made some other high level teams, so she's
Nice.
really proud of her. And
Hype?
yeah, yeah. And so I'm like, hydration's good. The
Yeah.
liquid IV she likes it a lot, so it's better than I think like super sugary Gatorades or something like that.
Whenever, like I said, when I was bigger and during all that weight, like that was something I drank a lot of when I was at work. Like I would have 5 or 6 Gatorades or 5 or 6 Powerades, and then once you get put in a hospital for heat exhaustion, they're like, "What have you been drinking?" And I was like, "Well, I've had about probably 10 Powerades today." How many? I was like, 10, like probably 3 or 4 in the morning, had 1 or 2 with my lunch, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, plus the water I'm drinking. No, you're only supposed to drink like 1 of those with your lunch. And I was just like, "Oh, okay."
That's insane. Yeah, when I was bouncing, I was a doorman in Whistler. I was working the front door, so I was the guy who like checked IDs and everything when they're coming in. And the Rockstar rep came up and was giving us cases of Rockstar and said, if you just drink them while you're at the front door, we'll just keep giving them to you. So I would drink like 12 energy drinks in a night in the shift.
Whew.
I would just keep drinking them and drinking them. I was like 28, so it wasn't.
And you read the recommended amount usage in a day's time, and most of them recommend like
1.
2. Yeah, 1 to 2. I think Monsters was no more than 2 in a day's time, I think.
Yeah, I was drinking one called Lost energy drinks back then.
Yep, I remember them.
Oh, I love those. And those I just found out became Monster.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I was like, what happened to Lost? Like, I used to love it.
I don't think we only had maybe 1 or 2 stations around that I seen carried them, but I was just hooked on Monsters. All I wanted was Monsters. I didn't want anything else.
Yeah, and I was on Rockstars for a long time, just probably because of the reps. But like, growing up in like Whistler, there was like a lot of Red Bull was sponsoring everybody and stuff. So Rockstar was trying to make a name for itself right then. So we were basically sponsored by Rockstar, drinking so many a night. It was ridiculous. And then I went from, I started feeling like really dizzy every time I started drinking Rockstars. I don't know what's in it. There's something in it that just makes me super dizzy. So I just completely stopped. I couldn't handle it anymore. I drink another one now, Bangs, and it seems cleaner. It doesn't give me that dizzy, but I should probably not drink any of them. But
I've not had I couldn't tell you the last time I had an energy drink. It's been years since I've touched an energy drink, which is insane for me because I mean I was easily 5 Monsters a day, every day, 7 days a week.
5? That's a lot.
At least in a day's time, because the wife was always buying me the cases from Walmart, like I don't remember how many came in a case, 12 in a case maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
It was some weird number. It might have been like 14 or 16 or 10 maybe, I don't know.
And you were drinking 5 a day like normally?
Probably because I would take 1 on the way to work. Then I would drink 1 at lunch. I'd have 1 on my lunch, then usually 1 on the ride home. So there was 3 already. And then I would usually have 1 when I got home from work, and then usually had 1 when I was streaming.
That's insane.
Yeah, 4 or 5 a day.
Wow. And you didn't have a heart attack?
No.
See, I thought drinking 12 like every once in a while was crazy. I would drink them like on the weekends, but that'd be...
Gained a lot of weight. I mean, that was probably a lot to do with it.
Well, yeah, and those were chock full of sugar, too. You weren't drinking the sugar-free ones.
It could have been the reasoning why I had crazy high blood pressure at one point as well.
Yeah, maybe it had some little something to do with it.
That and all the Reese's that I would eat, man.
So how do you feel now, compared to...
Oh.
And how long has it been? Like a year, 2 years?
Oh, no. No. I don't know. It was before COVID. It was post-COVID when I started my diet.
Oh, okay. So it's about 5 years now.
So it's 2026. That was 2020. So 18, 19, maybe, is when I decided to start losing all the weight.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
When did you first when did you first start feeling better?
Oh, instantly. Like once I figured out that I was on the wrong diet and I got on the proper diet, probably 2 or 3 weeks of being on the proper diet, I started feeling way better instantly. Way more energy when I woke up, like way more energy at work, able to make it through the day of work without being super exhausted come to the end of the day. More
Did you document that process a lot, or?
We did. She did make me document because I weighed myself every single Sunday night. Every Sunday morning. It was before breakfast, before I ate the junk. So every Sunday morning I would weigh myself and then I would have it on the refrigerator. So I would put the date, the time, the weight, and then I would initial it. And then the next Sunday I would do the exact same thing, the date, name, weight, initial it.
But you're still not working out or anything, or it's
Nope.
just the camping trips and the paddle boards?
Camping trips, paddle boards, and working.
Are you not able to work out because of your back, or? It's just you're not into it?
I'm sure I'm not into it. And like I said, trying to fit in time because like I said, I wake up for 4 o'clock to get ready for work. And then by the time I don't know when I'm getting home. Like there's never a certain time. Like I'm not getting off at 3 o'clock every day. Like I may get off at 1 o'clock this day. It may be 7 o'clock the next day that I get off. It all depends on what we're doing and the weather and whatnot. So it was just always hard to want to pay for a subscription to go to a gym when I didn't know if I was going to get to use gym time and if I was just going to throw that money away. And I was just like, you know what? I, I'm hurting on the money part. So there's saving money on that. I can put that money into eating healthier. So I chose that route. Like instead of paying $30 a month or whatever it is to go to the gym, I was just like, hey, that's that much more money and healthier food I can have. So,
What was your what was it like growing up? Like you grew up where you live now, you pretty much been in the same town kind of, or
town over,
yeah,
like 10 miles away. Um, spent half
always
of
small
my
towns, I
school.
guess.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, started out the town over, went there from kindergarten through 6th grade, and then we moved from there to where I'm at now from the remaining of 6th grade to my senior year.
What was your
And
childhood like? Did you have a stable
it
family
was
or
mm,
well, I guess you had
it,
step kids, step brothers. You have step
right. I come from a divorced family
okay.
at a very young age. My mom and dad got divorced, I believe, and I could be completely wrong on the age, but I think around the 2-year mark, I'm wanting to say.
Oh, so you don't
Could
really
be
remember that?
3. Right. My father had me, so I got to visit my mom in the summers when school was out of session. So that was, being an adult now looking at it, like I really wish I had a lot more time with my mom and my sisters than I have. But that's the life that was given to me. You can't change it. I don't want to because I don't know what life would involve now, and I'm thankful for the life I have now. But I had a good childhood. I spent a lot of time, my dad worked a bunch trying to support, me. And then of course he got remarried.
What did he do for a living?
He used to work for a farmer and then he got into welding. And then he got into being a car salesman for a long time. And then he finished out doing excavating, working an excavator.
And when did he remarry? Did you already like? Did you always grow up
Mm,
with?
No, I've always had a mother figure
Okay,
growing up here. I don't know when he married my sister's mom. I don't know how old I was. I was young, and I think they got a divorce. I was probably 11, 12 years old, maybe.
so you went through it twice.
Yes, and then now he's currently married to my current stepmom
Okay,
that I have the 2 stepbrothers with. So,
that's why you have such a huge family.
yes, yes, big family, very big family. But it was good growing up. Like I said, I grew up with a lot of cousins, a lot of friends, spent a lot of time with cousins and friends growing up more than being at home because like I said, my father worked. So there was a lot of time being with friends and family,
Yeah.
but I had a lot of
How
fun.
often did you get to see your birth mom?
So I would get to see her once our school session was over and theirs was kind of over. There was usually like a week or 2 of her still having to work when I would get there because she lives in Maryland. So for like the first week or 2, I would either go to like a church camp with my friends that I grew up with there that lived across the field from us.
And that's
And
not quite
so
driving distance, right? From Maryland to where you live.
now, yes.
Now you could drive, but
Oh, and we could drive, yeah, but it's a long drive.
okay.
I don't, 13 hours, maybe 14
So
hours
you didn't see her
driving.
that often then.
So no, we never drove. The only time I ever seen my mom's was in the summers. So like I never got to spend Christmases, any major holidays. It was always 4th of July and my birthday is what I got to spend with my mom and
Oh, okay.
sisters that are there.
Is your birthday
Uh,
in the summer?
yes, in the end of July.
So is mine. My
28th here.
mine's the 21st.
Hey, still good birth weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a Cancer Leo. They say I'm a cusp baby.
Yeah, I'm an OG Leo. I don't know what the new term is now when they were like, "Oh, whatever you currently are, you're this now." I never followed the new one.
What? It changed?
Oh, a long time ago. We were young, I think.
Oh, I have no idea these things.
Yeah,
I'm not into astrology really. I don't
I'm
know.
not either.
So you didn't
I
get
just know
to
I'm an OG Leo.
you didn't get to hang out with your mom much for Christmas and stuff?
No.
Did it did it like even mean like was that hard for you, or was it like
It is. It was, and it still is to this day because I would love to get to have that experience with my mom and sisters and nephews that are there, and family that I got there, just because I've never got that experience. Me, my wife, and daughter, we did go a couple years ago and spend Christmas there.
was it
So I,
awkward, or was it
it was amazing.
it was?
I loved every minute of it. It
Okay.
was a blast. I went in telling my wife, like, look, we're going in, we're taking a credit card. I don't care if I max the credit card out. Like, I want to go have a fun experience with my mom and sister, something that I've not gotten to do. Like, I want to go get to experience the shopping with them. I want to go get to experience the going and eating out for Christmas dinners. Like, I want to experience the Christmas dinner. Like, I don't care what it costs. Like, this is what I want to do.
But it's not
So,
like you were missing that because you still had that kind of experience with your
right,
stepmom and stepdad, or
right,
your birth dad. I mean,
right. Hmm.
yeah. So that's you still had Christmas and stuff like that,
Yeah,
but you just didn't get to experience that with your mom. So that's
correct.
what was it like when you so you'd wake up Christmas morning as a kid and
Hmm.
you still had a really good time, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
But
Oh,
were you
yeah.
like thinking, I wonder what it's like if my mom was here or something like that? Or
I did because, I was always sent I guess you'd call it a care package of gifts from my mom and stepdad from that time. And my sisters, like they would box me up a box full of Christmas presents and foods that I could get there that I could not get here because my mom's Puerto Rican.
oh, okay.
So a lot of the foods that I ate growing up being there with her, I didn't get here at home. So, and a lot of that stuff you couldn't get from our stores. So every Christmas, I was so excited to open up the box from there because I knew I was getting certain red beans and rice that you could only get there in Maryland that you could not get here in Missouri, and just a bunch of stuff like that. But
What ethnicity is your dad?
white American, just Caucasian,
Yeah.
just
Does he have like Irish roots, or you don't
not
know?
that I know of. No.
Just OG America?
Hmm. Yep, just OG, just standard make.
That's funny. Were you like calling her during Christmas and stuff like that to have that kind of connection, or at least, or
Yeah. Yeah, we got to call because back then there was no video calling, none of that. It was all collect calling because of the distance. So yeah, I gotta talk to her on my birthday, or not my birthdays, but all the holidays I'll talk to her, and big important events that would happen throughout the year, I'd get to talk to her. So we got to always keep in touch. That's never been an issue. And even still to this day, now with technology, it's even better because now I can video call and it's amazing getting to see their faces instead of just hearing a voice on the other end.
what's the relationship with your birth mom and birth mother now? Or birth mother and
Great.
birth father, sorry, I mean.
Good. Me and my mom, we've always had a good relationship, and that's probably because of the distance. Like, there's really not much there for us to hate on each other because we've never had that experience.
Do you feel you know
To
her, or do you feel like she's
no,
still
I definitely do. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of times where, and it's just part of being human. Like, she got more time with my sisters than she did me, just like my sisters got more time with my mom than I did. And that's something that I've grown to accept, and I'm okay with it. But there is a lot of times I'm just like, well, this could be this way because you do get more time with them and not me. Like stuff like that, that's part of human nature. That still goes through my head a lot of times.
are you the only
Um,
child from your mother and father?
yes, I am the only OG bloodline.
Okay.
I guess in TV terms, and sorry my foul language, but or is it called bastards? I love you all.
You're the real deal.
Yeah, I'm the real deal.
So all your sisters on your mom's side then are from another marriage, I guess. And then you have it's just sisters on that side.
Yep.
Do you have any
Yep.
sisters from the other side?
Yes, my dad's side, I have one half sister, and then, like I said, I have the two stepbrothers.
Two stepbrothers,
Mhm.
and those are like from your stepmom's previous marriage or something.
My half sister here is with my dad's second marriage,
Okay,
and then my stepbrothers come from this third marriage.
so you're the oldest, I guess.
No,
No.
I have one stepbrother that's older than me, but
Oh,
other
okay.
than that, I am the oldest. Yes,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
out of my bloodline, yes, I'm the oldest.
Okay, yeah, of course. But there's only your bloodline. That's it. Well, I guess no. Now you got.
Well, right? Yeah, I got my halves.
Yeah,
They're
you got your
halves.
halves. That's
Yeah.
and you've got your baby as well.
Yeah.
You got Daisy, little Daisy.
Yep. 9 years old. She ain't so little no more.
Man, when I first had my kids, I was freaked. When I found out that we were having kids, I was like, I'm gonna be a dad. What the heck does that mean?
It was instantly time to grow up.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Was it a surprise, or were you guys trying?
No, we were trying.
Yeah. So what was that like when you found out? Oh my God, I'm gonna be a dad.
With Daisy, amazing, because Daisy's technically our second child. Our first child died at birth. So, and that was a scary situation because it was a high risk pregnancy. We went in knowing that there could be complications in the end, and it did happen, and that was a tough struggle.
Yeah.
So with Daisy, it was a huge sigh of relief because once we made it past that scary mark after losing our first daughter, we were just like, hey, look, we made it past this mark. We make it just a couple more days, we're in the clear. Like everything else, she can push through and survive if something bad happens.
You must have felt so relieved.
Oh man, once I knew it was baby week time, I was just like, hey, look, you could pop out right now and I'd be okay with it. We're good to go. Thank you.
What was that experience
it was a
like?
huge
During when she finally came into the world? Like, did
it
you
was
have
still
family
scary.
around, or?
Yeah, there was a lot of people at the hospital. Of course, I think my dad and stepmom were there. My sister that's here was there. She had some of her family there.
Was it like that sitcom kind of thing, coming out and giving everybody cigars, or?
I don't remember if I got a cigar. I don't think I got it. I might have got a cigar. Maybe. But I don't think I did. And I might have. I got a cigar when I got married. My sister's other brother, Chris, gave me a cigar when me and the wife got married.
And what was that like when you broke the news to your birth mom
About being a
about
father?
Daisy? Yeah.
Oh, she was stoked. She couldn't wait because that was her first grandbaby.
Wow.
So she was stoked.
She must have been elated.
Oh, I'm sure.
When did she get to meet Daisy?
Daisy was still a baby because they came in and stayed with us, and it was Daisy's very first camp. We took them camping, and it was Daisy's very first camp trip, I think. So it was shortly after we were home. So I don't even know if she was a year old yet. She might have been around a year old or younger, but my mom came and seen her at a very young age.
She must have been spoiled.
Oh yeah, she still is to this day.
So much family.
Ah, good. Too much sometimes. Like, hey, you gotta stop giving her stuff. Like, this girl's got too much as it is. Because you always try to give your child what you didn't have,
Yeah.
and then everybody else is just the way it's always been, spoil. Like any aunts and uncles always try to spoil. That's just always been a thing.
Yeah.
But no, it's good.
I saw some pictures of you, I think on Insta, maybe, or Facebook, where you guys are all dressing up for Halloween and stuff at the camp.
Yeah, at the campground, we have a yearly Halloween thing out there for the kids. We have a big parade where golf carts and side by sides, and you decorate your side by sides and golf carts, and you dress up.
Is there a competition, or are you guys just?
Yep, there's contest on the costumes, and then there's contest on the side by sides and golf carts. different categories, of course, because of age groups to make it fair for everybody. But yeah, it's a blast. We make it a big thing for the kids every year, and it's been great every year so far. We've been out there, I think, 3 years as permanents, and we've camped out there as weekenders probably 3 or 4 years prior to that. So 5, 6 years all in all there at that campground.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Plus the times that I've been there growing up.
Do you guys practice any faith or anything, or do you?
No, I mean, my wife and daughter, I'm sure, they believe and everything. Mine, on the other hand, is kind of an open book, I guess you could say. I'm not going to say there isn't. I'm not going to say there is. The only thing that I kind of, for myself, is I can't trust today's Bible just because it's been handled by men so many different times. And it's not the same book that it once was. Like, there's been so much stuff that's been redacted from it. And
But you could go back and look at the old Bibles. You know, you could look at the
right,
Septuagint and the.
but a lot of people don't know that and don't do that. Dang, throwing stuff around over there. So
Earthquake. Wasn't
excited.
my fault.
But I'm an open book, like, obviously there's somebody there because, how did everything happen? But the way that we were told, I don't know if I can be completely down with that. Like, now that knowledge is a lot more accessible than what it used to be growing up, and you can actually do your own research and whatnot into everything. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's an open book. But like I said, I'm not going to say I don't believe, and I'm not going to say I do believe. I'm just kind of, there's something there. There's somebody there. But the way we've been told, I'm not sure if that's all 100% true.
So
And it could be.
do you believe in a higher power, or do you believe this is all just random? You're unsure?
I'm I'm unsure. I mean, I would like to believe there's a higher power because it kind of gives you something to believe in a lot easier than just it happened, like the Big Bang theory, I guess you could say. I don't know, but like I said, I'm still kind of an open book because there's so much to dabble into, so many different rabbit holes to go down into that category. Um, but like it's just like going to church. Like, if you want to believe, like, I don't believe that you have to go to church nowadays just to be able to believe, because in my eyes, like, church today isn't what it was when I was a kid. It's a lot different now. And honestly, in my eyes, I feel like the church system is a lot about money in your own pocket now, because you look at a lot of these priests that own these churches and stuff, and look at the lifestyle they live, like luxurious
Like
lifestyles.
the
And
mega churches?
yeah, and you're just like, well, that money comes from somewhere, obviously, and it's coming from the people putting it in the bowl. And, growing up, it wasn't like that. Like, you'd see these pastors and the people that own the churches, and they would be driving stuff worse off than what you arrived in, like, they were nobodies, just like you were. And so to me, churches have changed a lot. You're not supposed to judge, you're told you're not supposed to judge and whatnot and all that. And I feel like there's a lot of that now in the church system.
How do you navigate that as a father? Are you raising Daisy with any type of belief system like that, or?
I want her to have her own belief. I don't want to go in telling her this is what you're going to believe and this is all that you can believe, because I don't know what's true, because a lot of stuff that we've been told in our life has been a lie, and there's been a lot of proof in today's time to prove some of that. Yeah, not all of it, but some of it. But there's enough there now to make me question a lot of things that, we grew up with and that's still around in today's time. Um, so I just like with me, I kind of want her to have an open book. I want her to have her own beliefs in it. I don't want to force things down her throat and make her into somebody that she shouldn't be. I want her to become her own person, her own personality, and I want to be able to say like, yeah, I was there to raise her and guide her, but I wasn't there to force it down her throat and tell her this is how it's going to be.
And what does that
'Cause,
guidance look like? Are you like,
right now it's fairly easy because she's so young and she's still in the belief system of Santa Claus and everything like that. So
wait,
right
what are you
now
telling me
is
here? Wait, what?
right. Santa's real.
Okay.
Jeez.
Phew.
So right now it's just like, hey, I think this is the last year of this, so I'm kind of just letting it ride out cuz she's not asking those questions yet.
Yeah.
I do let her go to church. Like there's times she goes to church with some of her little school friends or some family.
Okay.
So I mean, if she wants to go or the family's like, "Hey, can we take her to church?" or for her some of her friends like, "Yeah, she can go. I'm not going to tell her no." And she likes going.
And is
And,
that like a Christian church?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, were you raised Christian? Like, did you go to church as a kid or?
Very little, and if I did, it was usually with my grandma,
Okay.
and I'm pretty
Grandma
sure it
on your
was
dad's side or your mom's side?
yes, my dad's side.
Okay.
Um,
What about your
I'm
mom?
pr
Was she like heavily religious or anything or?
no, she didn't do the church scene either.
Okay.
Neither parents really was involved in the church, going to church or anything like that. And I'm not sure about my grandparents on my mom's side, how their religious was because my grandpa being Puerto Rican, I don't know anything about his religious background because, like
Do
I
you know
said,
much about your grandparents on that side at all or did
I did to an extent. It's hard when you only get to go there for the summer because it's 2 months, and those 2 months go by really fast. And trying to fit in stuff and seeing everybody and everything is sometimes hard and sometimes don't happen. Um, but
So what do you think is happening then in the universe? So, like, how do you think the universe came to be? Do you think it was a divine intervention? Do you think it was just science? Like, do you kind of side with science? Do you side with?
I mean, I definitely side more on the sciencey side because I mean, true science is hard to kind of hide and beat when there's enough scientific data to prove certain facts. Um, versus he say she say. So I don't know. It's a ginormous mystery. And like I said, I'm open to it. Like it's an open book for me. I dabble into it. I love dabbling into that stuff. But I don't have a firm belief. Like I'm not going to say there's not. I'm not going to say there is. I don't know if he created it. I don't know if bang it happened created it. I don't know because I mean, you look at the proof of the science side of the Big Bang, there's so much knowledge and so much stuff that could be thrown at it. But then also, you got the people on the other side that's like, well, he created it and here's all this proof. And there is some proof, but then also there's not a lot of proof on both sides, just
Right.
like there is proof on both sides. So it's just, it's a hard thing to pick a side and choose. So I'd rather just be in the middle ground and just take it from both sides and just
Is that something you think a lot about ever, or is it just kind
I
of?
mean, it is, kind of like the Roman Empire, apparently men think about the Roman Empire at least 3 times a day or something like
Yeah.
that. No, I mean, it does. It's a big topic. I mean, it's, with the way the world is today compared to what it was, like the world's in shambles now, in my opinion. Some people may not think so, but to me, I feel like the world is currently falling apart. There's so much hatred going on. Um So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I leave it open.
Yeah. I think that's good way to live, I think. Just, take
I hope.
well, I think it's good to be open-minded like that and to have,
Mhm.
you're not doesn't sound like you're, trying to push any beliefs on
No,
anybody or anything like
no,
that, and
I don't want to because I want people to be themselves. I don't want like you don't have to impress me with your beliefs. Like I don't care, and I'm not saying this as being offensive. Like I don't care what your beliefs are, and the reasoning why is because that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is are you going to be a good friend to me? Are you a good human being? Are you going to be good to my kid? Do you have kids and are you good to your kids? And are you good to other people around you? That's all I worry about. Like if you like this and you like that and I don't like that stuff at all, I don't care. It's not going to make me dislike you or like you any different just because of your beliefs are different from mine. Like it's not going to change anything. Like at all. Like if my favorite color is black and yours is white and you're like, "Hey, this is my favorite color and this is what it's going to be." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Heck yeah." Like now I know if I buy you anything, make sure to buy it in that color and don't get this color.
well, it's
Like
difficult to do with this climate today, like, everyone is so freaking
it
divisive
is
and everyone
a
is
lot of
like
everybody has an opinion now
right.
because you have the opportunity to have an opinion now versus before you didn't because social media used to not be a thing. Online features used to not be a thing like it is now. Like everybody's an open book. Everybody can say what they want to say without a consequence for the most part.
Yeah. It's nice that, I guess you're just so accepting because, it's I see so many people, even in their own families, they have like a certain belief about even political systems or religious beliefs, and then they're just like, "That's it, you're out."
Oh, and that's happened with me. Like I've lost some great friends over silly arguments because of beliefs that should have never happened to begin with, honestly. And I regret every minute of losing some of these friends because they're great people and I don't have any ill will against them to this day. Like they're still great people, they're great parents, and I still love them. I want them to know that. Like words were said that shouldn't have been said, I guess. Hatefulness happened. And then I think that kind of put me on the bound of just being an open book and just never taking a side anymore. Just it's too much stress. It's so much easier just to over because you're not changing none of that stuff. Even your voice, yes, and a voice does matter, but most people, that's all they're going to do is just vocally be a voice and not do anything about it. And the being walked over is just going to continue to happen to people. So my thing is why not be like it used to be? Like I like you, you like me. I don't care what your belief is. Let's just like each other and be friends.
So it sounds like you have taken a side. It's just a side of openness and acceptance.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's a good way to live.
yeah, yeah. I'm not a mean person. I don't want to be hateful. I don't want to make anybody mad, upset. I don't want to see nobody cry. I don't want to be the reason why somebody cries. Like I want everybody to be happy with each other and one another and be a big family instead of against each other because it's us. It's humans. We're humans.
So how do you navigate that these days? Like if you're in a social situation and people start bringing up politics, and do you just try to completely shut it down, or do you shy away, or do you
Eh,
just sit there and listen?
I let it happen. I listen. Because it's good to get people's point of views and just, if it needs de-escalated to be there for de-escalation as well. Because a lot of it leads to people going at one another and it shouldn't be. Like you should be able to talk to one another and at the end of that conversation walk away and shake hands. And now it's a lot of the conversation's over and fists are flying and it shouldn't be. So it is nice just to be on the sideline and not interact and pump things up to an aggression level that it shouldn't get to and be there as more of a neutral ground to kind of help. dwindle the heat, I guess.
And how do you navigate that on your stream? What happens if somebody starts getting a little political or
I usually just tend to ignore it, honestly. Just because I don't want to get into it, because honestly, in today's time, anything in my view, anything political related is just a fight. It is. It's just like, it's not a conversation anymore at all. Like, it's not. And I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to be ill to anybody, but political talk today is picking a fight with somebody. There's no more just talking it out. It's a fight. It's an argument. Because once that person that said that sees the other person's point of view, then the argument's starting, and it's just like, it goes on to the next subject because that person didn't like what that person just replied to, and it just
it
I,
doesn't even seem like they're looking for your opinion. They're just looking to see whether or not you're part of their team.
right. But my thing also with video games is an escape from reality. Like, for me, getting into video games, and especially like movies growing up, like fantasy stuff, sci-fi and all that, like, it's an escape from what's really going on. And politics and everything shouldn't be thrown into video games. Like, there should be a law, like, keep politicalness out of video games, keep anything related to any of that stuff, that, like, they shouldn't be involved in video games. Like, it's fantasy, it's fake, it's a video game. It should be that way. Stop including real life, unless it's like, obviously like a Call of Duty game or something that's reenacting a said point of life. That's different. But everyday fantasy video games that are completely made up people, stuff that will never happen in real life, like, that stuff don't need to be in there. Same with streaming. Like, I'm streaming a video game. Like, and I mean, yeah, we can have open discussion about anything, because it's an open discussion book when you're streaming. Like, I mean, we talk about movies, we talk about other games, we talk about TV shows, this, that, and another. But for me, in today's time, political talk is just to start a fight, and I don't want that.
Yeah. Start a fight, pick a tribe,
Yep.
trying to gauge the waters, test the waters to see who you are and whether or not you're on my side, whether or not we can be
I'm
friends
I'm
and
I'm on the side and tribe of, I'm a human being.
you're team human.
I live here too, just like you do. Like, it's not hard to get along.
Right.
If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing nice at all,
So
or however
your
that saying
strategy
is.
is to just try to ignore it, or do you address it all and say, "Hey, this is not my stream. This is not what we talk about," or
If
do you even
it's
allow it?
not, it's I've never had an issue with it. Political talk has never been an issue. Like, even back in the day when I had a stream that was constantly talking, political stuff was never ever brought up for some reason. And I don't know if it's just maybe people come in and learn that about me, and it's just never brought up. But I've never dealt with an issue, political or anything religious or anything to that nature, where I've had to cut in or anything.
That's
Yeah, that's
pretty
something I've
impressive.
never dealt with. Yeah, that's something I've never dealt with. Maybe it's just because I don't never talk about this stuff. Maybe,
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe.
It
What
is
do
weird
you
because
end up?
I've noticed that.
What do you end up talking about mostly on your stream?
Anything and everything, video games. Sometimes it'll get drawn over into like paintball era times, or stuff will get brought up about my paddleboarding or my camping, or
So pretty much everything we've been talking about.
pretty much. Yeah. Or talking about the game that I'm playing. Like, right now, it's a lot about the games that I'm playing because, for instance, Arc Raiders, when it was out at the time, it was new. So people had a lot of questions. And same thing with Hytale. Playing Hytale, it's new. A lot of people have a lot of questions like, Minecraft, you can do this. What can you do here to, combating this in Minecraft? And I'm just like, well, you can do this.
Is that something you enjoy doing? Is like basically being a tutorial? Like maybe you should do those videos.
Um,
Like
mm, It's all right. A little hard, honestly, because I'm not a tutorial person. Like, I'm not a good voiceover myself for tutorials.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but I mean, if I'm in the middle of playing it, it's easy to explain because it's right there in front of me usually, and I can do it. So
Do you think that game's going to be big?
I think so. It's a love letter to Minecraft, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and it's going to be just as big or bigger. It's not going to dethrone Minecraft. Minecraft's going to be here for the rest of eternity, but I think it's going to be that game that sits on the shelf right next to Minecraft for the rest of its life as well.
Yeah, I see. Like, there's the Minecraft stories, the Telltale games kind of
Mhm,
thing, right? I kind
mhm.
of see it along that lines. Am I wrong, or I don't know much about it?
Yeah, it's more so like Minecraft is what it is. You know what Minecraft is. Hytale is more on the RP, like the people that grew up playing like Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that, Magic the
Do you
Gathering.
get stats and stuff like that?
It's more on the RPG style. At least not yet. There may be in the future, and the modding community may do it because they have opened the door 100% to modders for this game
Smart.
because they were originally modders for Minecraft at one point before they started making their own game, and then Riot came in and all that stuff got involved in that whole journey that they went through.
Do you have like skill
Um,
trees or anything like that, or
no, there's no skill trees. There's different weapons, of course, leveling up different workbenches for different tiers of weapons and whatnot. There might be in the future, and I think there's some mods right now that's already added RPG style skill trees, MMO style skill trees, stuff like that.
yeah, the game's had kind of like a journey, right? Like there's different owners and
Yes.
stuff.
Well, so from what I've understood is when the game was originally created by these handful of people, they were approached by Riot. And Riot was like, "Hey, we want your team, we want your game." And they were like, "Okay, yeah." Like, cuz I mean, who wouldn't when a big gaming company comes to you and wants to buy you and your game, like a lot of people's going to do that because of the money.
Yeah, like Riot from League of Legends fame.
Right. Yeah, Riot Games. Yeah. So that happens, and I guess some of the team gets laid off. The game gets thrown on back burner, pretty much never going to happen. And then I guess the creator, lead design guy was just like, "Hey, I'm done. I'm gonna do whatever I can to buy this game back." So over time, they was able to purchase the game back from Riot.
So the
Give
original creators.
the I'm pretty sure it's the original creator or original OG people got it back in their hands, full ownership, and decided to fully release what they already had done and open it up to modders day one so modders could get in and help, I guess, speed things up, make things better. And
And all
it
this
just,
stuff happened like recently?
yeah, yeah. Last week or the week before, it's only been out for a week or two, and it blew up the first week. And I think there's already a ton of mods for it already. I think there was almost 1,000 mods day one, maybe.
So what's it like? Like you just
It's just like the best way to say it
is it
is
story driven?
not right now.
Okay.
So there's 3 modes from what I understand when the game, I guess, fully releases further on. There'll be like a story mode where you'll be able to go around, get missions from NPCs and whatnot, kind of like the RPG style video games. And then you'll have your adventure mode, which is like now it's survival, I guess. And then you have your creative mode, which you have everything at your hands.
Okay. So there
Kind of
is an
like
adventure
Minecraft.
mode? Like is that kind of like hardcore mode?
Yeah, well, the adventure mode is what's open right now. It's just the open world survival. You live on the land, you build what you want, but you got to go get all the resources yourself.
Is the world
And
like generative like
Mhm.
Minecraft was, or is it always the same?
It is in a way. It's weird how it works. So it is generated, but there will always be mountains in the north and deserts in the south.
Oh, okay. So it's got standardized biomes.
Right, but everything in the middle can be different, like because there's different. I think there's 5 different biomes or 7.
Okay.
There's an underworld, and this underworld is a whole nother world, like whole nother biome generates down there. Apparently, there's dinosaurs down
Oh
there.
my God.
Um, it's a whole nother world. Like what you're used to exploring on top, there's a whole nother that underneath you.
Yeah, kind of like the Nether.
In a way, yeah. Yep. But it's basically like take out a fully Minecraft game that you play that's got your RPG aspects, all the mods that you want for this, that, and another. That's what Hytale is right out the gate.
Yeah, that's cool.
Versus like vanilla Minecraft versus vanilla Hytale. It's their Hytale has a lot going for it. And to get to those standards in Minecraft, you would mod the crap out of Minecraft to make it that way. So it's basically taking everybody's favorite mods, I guess you can say, and packaging it in one game.
And you're enjoying
And
it so
then,
far?
oh, it's a blast. I'm having just as much fun with it as I do Minecraft.
How long have you been
If
playing it
not,
for? Like a week now?
since day of release, whatever day it released on, I got it day of release.
And how's
I
the
woke up.
stream enjoying it?
Right now the stream's little. Like I'm back at that, 0 to 10 stage, and a lot more on the less than 5. So everybody's into it that do join, and they have questions about it, like what's different compared to Minecraft, and it's a lot like Minecraft in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it's a lot different. It's just if you like RPG element style games, you're gonna love it.
How
If you
long have
like
you
Minecraft,
been back to full-time streaming?
um, pretty much since Arc Raiders came out.
Man,
The
we all
week,
came back at the same time. What the heck?
yeah. Well, Arc Raiders opened the door because for me, Arc Raiders gave that interaction that we would get while we played DayZ, because DayZ interactions were amazing. They
Mm-hmm.
were so much fun. And you don't get that in games nowadays. But
Well, it
Arc
also was
Raiders
great for
brought it.
streaming because you could have
Yes.
these lull moments and then where you're sitting and interacting with chat a lot, or you're able to not have to, fully have your attention away from chat.
That was my issue with Tarkov. Like, and that maybe that's why I don't enjoy Tarkov, is because when I first got into Tarkov, I was streaming and I was just like, I'm too focused on this game instead of the stream and the game. And that's what DayZ gave you. DayZ gave you focus on your stream because 90% of the time you were running. That other 10% was crazy interactions that you would get into.
Running simulator.
Yeah. So same with Arc Raiders, there was a lot of times you'd get a run around with nothing happening until you got into these bigger event spots on the map. But when you did get to there, thanks to the online proximity chat, it made for some fun interactions like what you would get in DayZ, creating fun interactions. Like you would just, every match you got that on Arc Raiders, and that's what was fun.
Yeah,
Nothing
except
else has given us that thrill.
the action is a little more prevalent, like quicker in
Right.
Arc.
It is. It is. It is. But it's just, for me, it's the interactions you would get from the community playing as well, because you're not getting that in Call of Duty. You're not getting that in Battlefield. You're not getting that in any of the other online games like Rust. You're not getting that interaction. I don't know what else is popular. CS:GO, you're not getting those interactions. None of them. I mean, and Arc Raiders kind of gave me a little bit of remnants of DayZ era. So it's just,
Yeah, me
I think
too.
that's what happened for a lot of us.
I'm wondering, like, I think the game is well built. So I think that's why a lot of
Yes.
people, first of all, came with it. It's really optimized. To me, it's like a technical demonstration of how someone should use the Unreal Engine. Like, I think
Yes.
this team, I could just feel like they know what the heck they're doing with the engine. But I'm concerned long term, what happens to the game if there's no community?
Right.
Because the game, to me, a lot of it is the interaction with players. If it's just you versus the arcs, that gets kind of stale.
Yep.
And there's
You know,
no single player adventure. So I think we're lucky that we've had millions and millions of people playing the game.
yeah.
But what happens when there's nobody playing?
Don't know. And it's going to happen. People's going to get tired of it unless they do something different, because right now it's the same. And it is a hard game to stream every single day. I mean, you seen Smack streamed it every day there for the longest time, but it was just getting to the point where it is the exact same thing. Unless you have those interactions every game, it's basically just the same thing over and over and over.
It can
Granted,
be. I've been finding
right.
with it, like, I'm surprised at how many different ways there are actually to play it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when people are
Every
going
match
in
is
and
different.
doing, like, the harvester events and stuff, I had no
Mhm,
idea really how to do them. I
mhm.
didn't know what they were about, so I was trying to go in there for a little bit and doing that, and then there's the other ways of just, like, kind of hitting up Stellamontis and getting some crazy PvP action over and over again, or maybe going out and trying to just do some gentle raids on some of the other maps or night raids, and it's interesting. And the whole, like, matchmaking thing, I think, is a little strange where you're like, I've been kind of like playing with it. So I've been
Yeah.
gaming the system a bit. So I'm just like, I'll go in and be super friendly for a long time. And then when I get that friendly tag, when I feel like I'm getting constantly friendly lobbies, I'll go into Stellamontis and then I'll just start shooting people. Like, what are you doing? They're getting all mad because they're supposed
Yeah.
to be in a
You're
friendly
supposed to be
lobby.
friendly.
Yeah. But I go in there and I tell them my rule is I go up and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? They're like, what? Like, I'm going to shoot you. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, take out your gun. Let's go. I'm going to shoot you. Like, if you don't take out your gun, I'm still going to shoot you. They're like, oh, you can see them like, oh my God, getting all
Oh,
crazy,
yeah. Yeah,
especially for the people that aren't like used to it.
usually for me on that game, if somebody's going out of their way to let me know they're friendly, then I'm going to be friendly. But if I see a guy that doesn't give the opportunity to say I'm friendly and he's showing his gun, then I'm going in guns a-blazing.
Right.
Because I come from DayZ and I know how people can be. You can't trust everybody.
That's exactly right. I was playing the other day and someone came up to me and was like, hey, how's it going? We both had our guns away. And I'm like, good. How are you? And he takes his gun out. So immediately I take my gun out and he's like, all right, so I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
I
you
know what
do
you were doing, buddy.
or you do an entire run just to get to extract to get shot in the back when the button's been pressed and you
Yeah.
get downed and don't make it and it was planned all along.
Yeah. When you're like running with this dude and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
That may be me.
Yeah. You're the one that killed me, huh?
But I don't mind. I like that game a lot. I'm all in
Yeah.
with it. I really like it.
Yep.
I hope, I mean, they've got millions and millions of dollars now. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that they develop into something else. There's this, like, with the missions, there's this background story that happens. I wish that was more like in a first player, like a single player environment. Because there are
Yeah.
a lot of people who are like, they don't really like the PvP. They don't like those kind of interactions. Maybe they find it a little stressful or whatever. If they had like a single player campaign where it showed
Or
the story,
PvE.
yeah, for PvE, right?
Yeah.
A single player, well, even if you were like bringing up with other NPCs or whatever, but if you could get immersed and find out what happened, why all this world is like this, why the arcs came, and actually develop the story, maybe it starts you off and you're like at home and then you're starting to see the news that these AIs taking over, whatever the storyline. I don't really follow the story much because I haven't done the missions a lot. And
Right.
when I do, I don't really read them.
Yeah. That's how it is with me.
So I feel
I'll
like
just
if
click
they
and play.
had,
I want to play.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like if they had like some sort of immersive storyline for a single player campaign, I think that would go a long way. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah. And they may be working on something like that.
I know they're working on new maps. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
am
you'll ever
ready
go
for
back
that.
to it, or?
Yeah, I'm not done playing it. It's just like I said, I didn't want to go full in deep like Smack did. At first I was, and then I started having computer issues with my power supply, which started making it where I couldn't play the game much at all. But it was getting to the point where if I didn't calm down on playing it, I was going to burn myself out and hate the game. And I don't want that because I love the game. And it's that game for me, like what Battlefield and Call of Duty is for a lot of people. Like, if a lot of people hit me up on a Friday night and be like, hey, I'm going to be on Discord tonight. You want to hang out tonight and play some games? Like, what are we playing? Arc Raiders? All right, I'm down. Let's go. Like, it's that game for me. Like, if I got friends that are down and want to play a game one night, let's do it.
Yeah,
Like,
Smack seemed to burn himself out pretty quick on that.
that's what was, I can see that. Like, if I didn't have the PC issues at the time that I did, and I continued on, because that was my plans. I was going to stream every single day I could without stopping. Just do a stream every day. Granted, if it was only an hour, do a stream every day. And it was going to be Arc. And then the power supply started causing issues once I started getting stuff bogged down where it would just shut the computer down. And I was just like, I don't want to tear my system up. So, like, I need to think about what I'm doing here. So I was thankful for that because I would have got burnt out on it.
What
But I
happened
mean,
with
I
him to
still,
get so burnt out? Was it just, I thought people were like complaining that he was PvPing so much, and
well, I think for Smack is he's still trying to find his spot in the streaming world again since he came back full time after his long break from going pro.
yeah.
Um the streaming world's a different time now. Like, back then we were always told like, hey, you play this game only, you never switch games up, you don't take lunch breaks, you don't eat, you don't pee, you're here till the end. You play that game and that game only. Well, for me in today's time, I kind of feel like you play what's popular.
But then you have someone like Hallie who's
Right.
pigeonholed.
Right.
I mean, there's skins named after him,
I know,
right?
I
Like,
know, I know. That's so awesome. I'm so proud of a lot of these people that's came from our community and have continued to grow to what they are and where they're at now.
so there's benefits to being the Halifax, right? There's a benefit to being him because you get known in the game, you get known by the developers, you get rewarded that way.
But hey, we was all there, like, in the DayZ era. Like, I knew all the developers, was friends, really good friends with Brian. I mean, even still to this day, I can still contact some of them through messages and phone numbers. But
I'm trying to get a hold of Brian, see if he'd do this podcast with me.
they still owe me, between Brian and a few of the other people. I'm still owed a DayZ t-shirt for my daughter after naming her after your video game. I don't know what happened to that, but
Hey, yeah, what's going on with that?
that happened. I don't know, but it happened. My daughter's named DayZ. There was supposed to be a toddler shirt involved in that if it happened, and it happened.
Well, we got to hit them up for that for sure. Oh, man. So you're going to be doing video game streams, and then you're going to try to get into outdoor streams. You're going to be the new outdoor boys, take over that channel.
Ish. Getting back into video games because for one, I'm getting older, my body's falling apart. Video games is something easy to do when I'm down. And yeah, outdoor adventuring, granted it be paddleboarding a whitewater river, or just paddleboarding a calm, lazy river, or
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
hiking,
seeing
or
all of
whatever.
the outdoor streams. I'm totally into the outdoors as well. I love that stuff.
I almost was, if it wasn't for 30-mile-an-hour wind gust tonight and tomorrow, I would have been camping in this crazy historic winter storm that they're calling it.
What would be your dream collab for there? Would you get outdoor boys coming in and go out and do a collab with them? That'd be awesome.
No, I would be put in my place and be told all the wrong things I'm doing. I don't want to be put in that position. No, it would be cool to be able to collab with people like that because they're inspirational. They do some pretty neat stuff, and they've taught me a lot for my outdoor stuff that I do. And it's just, I don't know, it's fun being out there. It's a disconnection from the crazy that happens in the real world.
Are you going to be doing more night streams or morning streams or?
That I don't know. Right now, my streams are whenever and whatever time I can fit them in. Granted, it be if it's in the morning, because right now it's a lot of I had to fit it around work schedule, wife's work schedule, daughter's school schedule. So I mean, it's morning streams, night streams, mid-afternoon streams. Just whenever I can fit in a stream in is right now is when I'm trying to do it.
When do you
Like
find you
before,
get your like highest numbers? I know that's
early
probably
in-
not a factor you're
for
thinking about, but
for me, it's always been because my normal old streams was I was always like I'd wake up at 4, have my coffee, and I would be on streaming by 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I would stream until about the 1 to 3 o'clock mark, and then take a long break, and then I would stream an evening stream with a bunch of the guys.
were you still doing construction then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've always had a full-time job during all of my streaming career. Um, but yeah, I don't have a time schedule of when and where I'll be live at. It may be in the middle of a river. May be in the middle of a hammock. It may be right here. It may be 4 o'clock in the morning. It may be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening.
I think it
It's
would be
just,
really cool to see you do commentary over your recorded videos.
yeah, and I should do that because, like I said, there's a lot of footage there that gets deleted and thrown away because I didn't cut it into a short, and then I'm just like, well, I use this part and that part for a short.
Yeah.
I'm not going to re-show this just to have this part in there. So yeah, I never even thought about that, doing a commentary live stream on footage, because I mean, there's times there's, you know, 15 hours of footage on a card,
Yeah.
and 10 of that gets thrown away.
Yeah. And then you'd at least have it documented.
Right. Right.
Throw it up on YouTube afterwards and throw up your live commentary on it. And that'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah, that's a very good thing to think about. I should definitely do that.
yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see like your perspectives on this is what we did here.
Yeah.
And then there's probably a lot of action on there that you don't even have to talk over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Or maybe you're even talking in the video and stuff. You could just watch it and
Mhm.
then people could ask you. And I'd be into that. I'd watch that for sure.
Well, like I said, there is a lot of good stuff that just gets thrown away that I just don't know what to do with, and I never thought about that. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know if it would be a thing I could do, but I mean, it is because people do it on TV shows and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. You could have a kind of do a production of it where you have like a full screen cam and just a little
yeah.
corner cam and go, this is our trip down the whatever river and this is what we did and all that stuff. Be like a camping show. Outdoor
Yep.
Boys does it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's
So
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, that's definitely something I should definitely do to get that extra footage put to good use and not thrown away.
So I've found your other old channels, so I guess you're not using those anymore. What are your new channel names and stuff? You're just doing Fresherdata everywhere now?
Mm-hmm. Yep, everything's Fresherdata. Any social media that's popular to this at this point, I'm there.
So you're doing like TikTok or like what are all the social medias that you're on right now?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch,
Facebook recommended you to me the
X.
other day.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh my God, I'm starting to get like, how does Facebook know?
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
because we talked.
I think it gave me Beavis Extreme, but I was like, is that Beavis's name? I'm not sure because it looked familiar. I'm like, that's a handlebar that I think is familiar to me.
Yeah, he's still got that.
Is he streaming now still?
No, he, I think, strictly just streams in his Discord with him and his group of buddies now.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Beavis
We're
in
not
forever.
much contact. We still keep in contact. Out of the group, the core group, he is probably the one that I'm in least contact with. I still talk to Jack, Fonzie, and Newsy daily for the most part.
That's cool. How did you meet Jack?
Through Daisy.
Yeah.
I met everybody through Daisy.
Okay. He was just like a viewer or something, or
Yeah.
So he was a stream sniper.
I don't know
now.
if he was a stream sniper. I think he was always a spectator for the longest time until I started doing Sunday Fun Days, and then he started joining in on them.
That was just teasing.
And then he became a person where I was just like, all right, look, I've done this enough. Like, come on over.
Yeah, I remember I came to your stream the first, like, when I first saw you, the first stream I ever watched. And I came during a Sunday Fun Day and tried to convince you that I was not going to shoot you in the head.
I remember that. I think I had Jack with me, and I had somebody else with me, and I don't remember. It could have been Ace. Maybe. Because Ace was my Nate. Like how Smack had Nate, I had Ace. Like Ace was my guy that would hook me up with a bunch of games to give away for free, a bunch of everything to give away for free. And of course, like I had other people, like I had Annie who created my design for me.
Wild Annie?
Yep. She did the design. Ace pretty much ran all the game giveaways, and then I had another friend that would do my intro and outro, my splash screen,
all the Super 80 stuff.
Yep.
You're still using that stuff for your?
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's hard to get rid of and do something different because that's perfectly me.
Yeah.
In every way. Like I love the retroness, everything. Like
absolutely.
I mean, I have It's messy because the kid's been back there wanting to hook things up, but I have all the old school NES systems and Sega systems back there.
And the Stormtrooper in the corner there. I love it.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, your Stormtrooper and the
Yeah, his little
Boba
cookie jar.
Fett and
Yeah, got Boba Fett there, and then above him's the Mandalorian. Back behind the TV is Anakin as a kid, and he's casting the shadow of Vader on the hut there.
that's cool. Do you remember me? You actually remember the day that I came into your stream and was like, I'm gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, during the event, the Sunday Fun Day fight thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, there was because there was also because that's the day when I met you. There was 2 or 3 other people around that same time frame as well that I started growing accustomed to and started letting in and becoming regulars with, but I don't remember who they were. Me and Jack was trying to figure it out a while back because we got to talking about when we first ran into you and during that Sunday Fun Day thing. And then we knew for a fact that we had one other person with us, but we can't remember who that one person was. And then after you joined us and became part of that firing group, we had another person or two, I think the same day, join in with us and join in on the chat the same day. Because I think we used TeamSpeak back then, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I remember like when Smack first raided me, he must have got the idea from you.
Could have been.
He must have been
Could have been.
recommended, or maybe I was just a random DayZ streamer. But I remember Jack not knowing who I was because he would come in. He's like, "Who the heck is this guy? Why are we raiding him? Who is this guy?" But you knew who I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of times in this streaming life where when it got to the point of ending streams and raiding, like I would go to Smack and be like, "Hey, anybody out there you recommend?" And he would always hit us up to and text and be like, "Hey, if there's anybody that you guys recommend I look into, to raid after stream or to look into joining the Blacklist, like I'm open for discussion." So I was constantly always hitting up Smack being like, "Hey, look, I've dealt with this person long enough now. I know what type of person they are. They fit our group of people."
Are you the reason I got into the Blacklist?
Could have been.
Because I
Could have been.
never really sure. I mean, I
Now,
remember asking.
I recommended, because I know I recommended, and I could be wrong. I know I recommended you, Jack, Beavis, Fonzie, Katz. I think there was 7 people, but I can't remember the other ones. There were 7 or 8 people that I recommended to Smack to look into and join the Blacklist, and they got accepted into the Blacklist. And you was one of them. I'm pretty sure Jack, Beavis, and Fonzie was another one. I can't remember a lot of the other ones because it's been so long, and either I don't hear from them much anymore, or I have a bad memory for one.
Well, it's funny. I saw Phil in Oklahoma post on X the other day.
Yeah,
Getting his pilot's license or something.
Yeah, he's also, I think, posted a couple videos on YouTube not long ago that I've watched. Every once in a while, a video will pop up on YouTube that he's posted, and I have to go watch it and see what he's up to.
That's awesome. Well, listen, Fresh, I gotta thank you so much for doing this.
Dude, I've had a blast.
I've had a blast.
A lot of good memories.
Yeah, I love talking to you. I could talk to you for hours.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody again where to find you.
Any social media, pretty much, that's current to today's time. When you see this video, I am there as Fresherdata, lowercase or capital, doesn't matter. You can find me. And yeah.
And Twitch/Fresherdata.
Yep. Twitch/Fresherdata, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of them.
That's awesome. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
As always, stay fresh and Digi5.
Digi5. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.